Hello. We'll see how long it takes for people to file in. Oh, let me make sure I'm unmuted this time. Okay, I'm actually unmuted this time. Good. I was a mess last time. I don't know what to do this beginning part. I'm just waiting for like 6 people to probably show up. Been a wild day though. Like, seriously, we've gotten so much insane news out of nowhere. And I don't even know how to process it, if that makes sense. Let's see. Just editing the thumbnail right now. I can't see the chat unless I'm alone, but upload thumbnail and save. I'm just doing this for my PlayStation, the built-in like PlayStation stream feature, so I can't really do much, but I'm trying my best. I don't have much control over this fun stuff, so I have to do it all mid-stream, which is so much fun. I am playing Marvel Rivals and discussing all the news from today. From the Superman, I can't spell, Superman poster to the Spider-Man 4 rumors. I am talking about it all. And save, and I can finally stop neglecting the chat. Let's go to... Alright, let's see. Anyone in here? Yo, we actually got people. Let's go. Hello, people. Hello, Art Boy. Hello, Fru. My day's been pretty good. I was out of state for a little bit. Had some fun in the horrible weather. But now I'm home. Figured I don't want to work on a video or anything. But I could stream. I got nothing else to do. So I will be streaming, as you can tell. Real quick, if there are people active in the chat, can you just let me know if you can hear me well? I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll see. I could test it on my computer. Actually, hold on. Let's test it on my computer. You're going to hear me through my microphone twice. I could test it on my computer. Actually, hold on. Let's test it on my computer. Oh, that's fun. All right, well, thank you. Thank you, both of you. I appreciate that. Okay. Let me play some Marvel Rivals. Get all this fun stuff started. I have no clue how long I'm going to go tonight. Or how late. I just figured I'm not doing anything else. Might as well, for the love of the game. So let's get this started. Anyone has anything you want to ask? Anyone want to talk about? Any topics to start things off with? It's been a wild day. In like a good way. Obviously waking up. Yeah, seeing the Superman teaser was crazy. I knew they were doing that press event earlier, but I was not expecting them to casually drop... Oh yeah, I'll play Winter Soldier. I was not expecting them to casually drop the poster and like a teaser with the score in it. That was crazy. It caught me so off guard. I am really excited to see how that all goes. Thursday cannot come soon enough. Oh my god, I can't wait to see some of this movie. I have a feeling it's going to be so special, because even from that poster, like, that's probably... I know I'm probably a meat writer for saying this, but that's probably my favorite Superman poster of all time already. The colors are so pretty. I love the visuals, how it's kind of mirroring the Aurora Borealis, which reminds me of the Fortress of Solitude and stuff like that. And then, on top of that, just that little teaser with the logo and this... is cool. I don't know. I like that logo a lot, but the score is my favorite part of it all. It feels like it's such a fun idea to mix the iconic John Williams score with the Hans Zimmer score and give us this like story. Give us this score. Oh my god. What the heck just happened? Oh, that was the enemy Strange. I thought I thought that was our own team. Oops. But the score is so good. I can't wait to hear the full thing. I immediately changed my wallpaper too. I have it on my computer and my phone of that wallpaper. It feels so clean. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I cannot wait to see it in motion in the trailer because it's so obvious they were just going to clean up the suit with CGI like they've done all the time. It's obviously a different company, but just because James Gunn didn't do it for Guardians of the Galaxy because he wanted the baggy look and it fits them, doesn't mean he wasn't going to do it for Superman. And, like, it looks gorgeous on the poster. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not good at Winter Soldier. It looks so good. People need to just be patient, because it was the same thing with Black Panther in Civil War when his suit got leaked. And people were like, oh man, it looks so bad. And yeah, I totally agree. I completely agree with you. I like the baggy look. I think it makes sense for him. It gives him more of an everyman feel. It feels more homemade rather than just a perfect suit. I think it makes a lot of sense, and especially it wasn't even that baggy. It just looked like normal clothes he was wearing. So I think the press is going to leak a description. So I think the press is going to leak a description of what happens in the trailer. I honestly think we would have gotten it by now. All I've seen about the leaked trailer is that it's not a lot of dialogue, and it's more so a bunch of visuals with the music, and it gives you a good idea of David's performance and the kind of vibe they're going for. Which is all I need to know. I don't want to spoil the trailer. I feel like this is one of the most anticipated and important trailers of all time for the superhero genre. So it would be a big mistake to try and spoil it 2 days ahead of time.
We are undefeatable!
Okay. Did you hear about the What If Season 3 titles? If you did, let us know so I can say the most anticipated. Okay, I did see the What If titles. I have a lot of thoughts on that. I'll try and pull that up at some point. But I think I'm excited for all but 2 of them. Okay, I'm gonna go pull up the What If thing now that I'm dead real quick so I can run through that. I appreciate you all asking me questions though. I'm gonna scroll up through all these. What if? Let's see. What if? Alright, let's talk about these episode titles real quick as I do this. So, we've got What If the Hulk Fought the Mech Avengers? Fantastic. This is the Captain America Moon Knight episode, so obviously I'm excited for that. I feel like that's such an interesting idea, and will kind of scratch that Savage Hulk itch a lot of people have had for the last few years, seeing him fight the Avengers in mech suits. That just sounds incredible. What if Agatha went to Hollywood? It's an Eternals crossover, so I'm seated for it. It's funny that, like, Agatha's the biggest Marvel character this year. But okay. I wouldn't say I'm like the most excited for it, but I think it'll be a fun, cute little episode. Sup, Jay Zern Gaming?
I always come back.
What if the Red Guardian stopped the Winter Soldier? I think that'll be a lot of fun. We've seen a clip from that last year, and I think their dynamic is going to be a good precursor to what we can expect in Thunderbolts. What if Howard the Duck Got Hitched? Is an episode that I'm probably the least anticipated for, just because I feel like it's the last season and we're kind of spending an episode on Howard the Duck, and I'm gonna go into it with an open mind because I think it's funny that they're doing Howard the Duck stuff when they can, but like they never did What If the Other Half Got Snapped, or they never did this Moon Knight episode I wanted them to do with him and Gore the God Butcher, and I just feel like there's a lot of potential, and to spend it on Howard the Duck and Darcy getting married, it better be the best episode of all time to warrant using a slot on this, you know what I mean? But thankfully it's followed up by the episode I'm most looking forward to, which is What If the Emergence Destroyed the Earth? Obviously, I'm pretty sure most of you know I love the Eternals, so... Oops. Okay. So, to get them in this new context and see what would have happened sounds fascinating. What If 1872 is my second most anticipated one, because Shang-Chi and Kate Bishop as cowboys sounds incredible. That'll be so much fun, and the 1602 one... Hello, Edwin. The 1602 episode was my favorite. No, my second favorite of last season. I like the Cohort E one a lot, too. But I think just doing one another time period has a lot of potential, especially with bringing all these new characters who haven't gotten spotlighted in the series up to this point. Die, Jeff! Oh my god, I was playing this game earlier, and I got solo ulted 3 times by Jeff. Okay, I lost my chat. Train of thought. Let me see what the chat's saying. I'm not paying attention. Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh well. Emergence unit. I think Season 1 is a big improvement over Season 2. I like Season 1, but Season 2 I definitely think is more exotic ideas, more interesting visuals. I think it's a big improvement on it. What if Captain Carter wasn't the main character every season? Yeah. Industry plant character. I like Haley Atwell, but Captain Carter is... like, I don't know, I just wish we were spending more time on characters that were interesting to me. I don't know, Captain Carter's fine. I like the second episode, I like the Season 2 episode a lot, but the first Season 1 was just the first Avenger again. Alright, I'm not going out there right now. Star-Lord's ulting. How do I feel about Agent Carter being Doomsday? It is wild. It kind of threw my entire Steve video out the window, because if Sure being Agent Chaos... oh god. Agent Chaos. Agent Carter kind of throws away all my theories. Because I assume she's going to be playing the main timeline Agent Carter, and they'll probably just have Steve back as Steve, which I don't love. If you saw the video, you know that I really don't want to see Chris playing normal Steve again. I think it's so much more interesting if he... if he's playing a variant. But, whatever. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Those writers have never disappointed me, so I have to hope they're doing it for an inspired reason. I think Haley is voicing Kate, which is great to see. She's a really good voice actress, as you've seen from Arcane and Spider-Verse. She is, like, scarily good at voice acting. She's the greatest of all time. I could talk way too long about Haley Steinfeld. I want to know if she's free Thursday night. I could fight Josh Allen. What does he have that I don't? Anyways, yeah, What If should not be canceled. I guess they want to wrap up the multiverse after this saga, but, like, it's a non-canon show. Okay, Jeff. It's a non-canon show. And I've known Nate Morris said that doesn't mean it's the end. They still could come back to the concept another time, but I don't know. Just don't cancel it, man. Keep the show going on for... Don't call me Shamik Moore. Do not... That might be the most insulting thing I've ever heard. I am not Shamik Moore. I'm not doing it to her face. Let's see. I missed a lot of chat questions earlier on. Thoughts on the Superman poster font? Kind of bland, but I don't mind it too much. Yeah, I don't know why they went with something that uninspired. It's not bad. But, like, that first teaser with the release date had this big blocky comic book font, and I wish they just used that. I know the Superman movie in the 70s did, but, like, just make it look metallic or something, you know? Put a twist on it with the new logo. I don't know. I just think that the new one is not the most exciting, and I feel like I would have expected more. But it is what it is. I'm not going to get too mad over a font choice. Thoughts on the Clayface movie? I am so excited for it. Clayface is my favorite Batman villain. I obviously did a pitch on why he should be the villain of the Batman Part 2. Hello, Joseph. So I feel like this is rewarding me for him not being supernatural in that movie if he's in it. It's interesting how they framed it where he might not be portrayed as a villain. I do feel like we could be getting some Sony movies vibes there. But the creative team is too good, and James Gunn, I have faith in that he wouldn't greenlight this if there was a bad script behind it. So I'm excited for the Clayface movie. I'll watch it, like, day one. Spider-Verse not coming out 2025 is not surprising. Yeah, that really sucks. I'm not surprised by it because they're taking their sweet time with this movie, and you know what? Good for them. They absolutely should. I just think it's insane that they announced that movie was dropping a year, like, after the previous one. Like, we should have seen that movie 8 months ago at this point. It's crazy that they thought they could pull it all together in a year. I will never understand the logic behind that studio. Did you notice Superman's suit is a bit different on the poster because the yellow border and the logo is just a red one? I did notice that. It's really interesting to me because the lighting makes it look yellow on one side, but then when the lighting isn't there, it looks completely red bordered. So I feel like he is going to get a different suit because in the first costume reveal Gunn did, what feels like a lifetime ago, where he's putting on one boot at a time, he obviously has the, we see the battle damaged armor, and that looks normal, but then we get the close-up of the crest, and it has this bolded yellow stroke outline around it, and then we see the set photos, and it doesn't exactly match up, so I feel like maybe he gets two suits, maybe it's just the same one and they changed it, I don't know. I feel like it has to be two, because there's so many subtle differences, or maybe it's like a stunt suit, and that's how they tell them apart. I don't know. It's very strange how there are some differences on the suits in just that one logo, like, outline. I feel like that'd be the most consistent part of it all, but I don't know. They can do what they want to do. I still like it a lot. I'm just happy they're using the Kingdom Come logo, because I love the Kingdom Come logo so much. Alright, not even a year. 9 months? That's kind of upsetting. They hadn't even recorded any audio, which is the easiest part of it all, but like 9 months to do a movie that took them 5 years to make. It's bold. That studio is wild. Kill one, the other is made with its full potential. Armor Wars versus Blade. I'm gonna say Blade. I love the idea for Armor Wars, but Blade is a whole new corner of the MCU, and a character who hasn't been like showcased in 20 years, and I want to see where that character goes. And I think Armor Wars, there were rumors that they might fold it into Vision Quest of all things, which I don't believe, but you can tell the Armor Wars story in different ways. Well, I think Blade needs this movie. Yeah, it's crazy that they announced it so long ago, and then the moment I walked out of Across the Spider-Verse, there was no chance it was going to meet that release date in less than a year. I don't know what they were thinking. Alright, did I miss anything in the chat? Oh, I never finished talking about the What If episodes. Yeah, so, there was then What If the Watcher Disappeared, which is probably going to lead into the finale of What If, which is going to be probably a two-part finale where the Watcher brings together people from across the multiverse to stop a threat. You know what he does, that's the thing. I like What If. I do think the weakest part of it is how they try and make it this overarching narrative instead of an anthology series like it should be. So, I wouldn't say I'm the most hyped for them, but I'm interested to see what they do. Thoughts on the GOAT Jeff the Landshark? I think Jeff the Landshark is Satan's greatest soldier, and I love him. Anytime he's on my team, I'm the biggest Jeff the Landshark fan on the planet. I would die for him. I would give my life for him. He's an icon. He's the moment. He's everything. But then I go against him, like I'm about to now. Oh, God. And he pisses me off because he is such a little rascal. Alright. Sorry, Banner. Is Beyond your favorite Spider-Man movie? My favorite Spider-Man movie is No Way Home. I don't think that'll ever change unless we ever get the Daredevil movie. But No Way Home is just special. I would then give it to Across the Spider-Verse because I am one who thinks it was better than the first movie. Just for that animation alone, it is like two different movies entirely, comparing them, and the gorgeous animation styles. But I also think that it just... I don't know, that first movie is special. I love it, it's a masterpiece, but I think the second one, there's so many bold ideas, and I love the meta-narrative with canon events. And I think it's such a fascinating film that does fan service in a really, really good way. I've missed every shot possible. I wish I could have watched the first Spider-Man movie in IMAX. I feel like that's a religious experience and would have changed me fundamentally as a person if I got to see that gorgeous cinematography and him just swinging in the city like that. God. I would watch so many movies if they re-released. I mean, I say that, but they did re-release them like this year or last year, and I didn't go watch it. I did see that video. That was crazy. The fact that somebody could time it so well, where they used the ring to open a portal, and to catch all the people Jeff was spitting out over the edge is incredible. The amount of skill it takes to pull something like that off, I would never be able to do it. I can never do anything in this game, let alone play Jeff and Doctor Strange that well. Like, Doctor Strange is a character with so much potential in this game, and I don't think I've even played him online, because I just don't think I'm good at him. Oh god, Hulk, please leave me alone. I'm just a little moon guy. Okay, well, they're not even coming out of their base. I might just have this one so easily. On the what if topic, I would have loved to see an episode where it incorporated the Netflix shows. Yes! Like, the fact that we're saying all this is a crime, because there's a world where we should be getting this stuff. Like, what if the Defenders showed up in Infinity War? Imagine how cool that would be, because that was when Marvel was basically separated and hated the TV division. And that'd be so cool if we saw how that would have bled into things. Or what if the Defenders were in Civil War? I just don't understand why they're cutting themselves off this early into the run when we could be getting really, really cool ideas like that. Or like, what if the spell worked and we see Spider-Man's life that way and we get the Kraven movie that they wanted to originally do? Like, do you know how cool that would be? But no. We can't have nice things, and they're gonna stop making What If. And Sony also hates Marvel and won't let them use Spider-Man half the time. What if One Beyond Season 3 is a great pitch? I think we need to get you in front of Kevin Feige immediately. Have I seen the new Kraven movie? I'm glad somebody brought this up, because the answer is no. I actually made a thumbnail for it like 2 months ago, because I fully planned on seeing it, but I realized it's not worth it. Like, that Venom video I made a while ago, I seem to be in the minority of people who didn't really like the third Venom movie, but like, I just didn't want to go submit myself to watching another Sony movie, financially supporting them, letting them know people want to see this. Like, I don't know, I can't keep doing that. And it's Kraven. I love Kraven. He's my second favorite Spider-Man villain, and the fact that they said, yeah, let's make a Kraven movie where he's a villain, where he's a hero, and we don't even make him a villain, and we make him love animals, it's just insulting. Yeah, the Sony Pictures movie drama is wild, because we've heard so many conflicting things about how it was canceled, and then it came out like, oh man, actually, Sony never even considered them to be a cinematic universe, so when they said it was canceled, it was just canceled in this way. Like, I don't know, I'm sick of that. I saw another rumor that said Sony might be considering selling to Marvel, and it's like, just do that already, man. Stop making these movies. The fact that they apparently knew they were bad too and kept making them blows my mind. They genuinely thought they could coast off of just making Spider-Man adjacent movies, and that's it. It's ridiculous. Hello, Angel. Thank you for showing up. The Rhino looks so bad. I agree. It's so goofy. His head is too small for his body. Oh god. The effects are very poorly done. I just want to see Rhino in a Rhino costume. Like, just give me a big, beefy man wearing a Rhino, wearing Rhino pajamas. It's not that hard at all, and would look so pretty. They could use cut movie concepts and what if, yeah. Like, all these different concept arts we've seen, and all these really cool ideas, I would love to see how that looks if they just, like, did them all in What If, but they're cutting it off way too soon. Do you prefer Rhino being a mutant like Kraven? Do you prefer Rhino being a mutant in Kraven, or tech-like, or the Insomniac game? I think that I like Rhino mostly tech-like. I don't like the mutant Rhino all the time. I think it has its place, but I don't know. We have a lot of tech villains in Marvel especially, so I feel like him just being this absolute tank works so much better, makes him stand out more. And I feel like every version of the Rhino nowadays is tech-related. So I would like to just have a version that does something new and is just him in a costume. Yeah, I don't think the selling rumor is true. I just remember seeing it, but like, Sony are stupid, but they're not that stupid that they'd sell their biggest cash cow. Because, like somebody else said, I'm just getting to that. CDX Rolex said, do you think a Spider-Man universe could work? Absolutely. Even without Spider-Man, I think the villain spin-offs could have worked. Just pick characters that you could tell movies about, and do that. But Sony didn't know what they were doing, and fumbled it at every chance. Like, Venom, I think you should be telling a Spider-Man universe and include him in it. But, like, if you're gonna do just villains, let's do some with characters who actually deserve it. Not like a Morbius movie. Like the Spider-Man Noir show. That makes a lot of sense. That's a really cool idea. That's pretty new.
I am ready to put on a show.
Oh god, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone.
The wounds are gone.
You're gonna watch Kraven because you're a completionist? I respect that.
Only 60
I nearly did it, but I didn't go watch Madam Web, so I don't feel like I have to be a completionist anymore. I will just simply wait until it's on digital and then laugh alone in my room at how bad the movie is. But yeah, that chameleon scene is rough. I love the design because it looks so accurate for how the chameleon should be with the white mask, but it looks like a PS3 model. It's insane that they finalized that and put it in a movie. And this is the most expensive Spum movie. They could have afforded to make the effects look finished, but they didn't, and it's so weird. Any hints on the video this week, or is there not one? There will be a video this week. I've just kind of changed the schedule around. I've fully recorded audio and wrote a script for a Fantastic Four video, and I'm going to postpone that because I'm going to... God, leave me alone, Iron Man. I think that I'll just do it when there's a less busy week, because the Superman trailer is dropping on Thursday. So I'm just going to make a video about Superman and put as much time as I can into that without having to try and balance making other videos, because the Superman trailer is going to be huge, and I want to make sure I can do that as well as I can. So I'll probably have a video out on Friday or Saturday. I'm aiming for Friday, but Saturday at the latest, about Superman trailer, and that'll be the next video, and then Fantastic Four after that, and then I got a bunch of other videos written that I'm really excited about. A lot of fun stuff that's coming in the future. Morbius' peak, I feel like there's a gun against your head right now. Like, if you want to start talking Morse code, I can get you out of the situation you're in.
I am ready to put on a show.
Die, Punisher, please, 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 please. Venom, please leave me alone. Oh my god. I'm a comedian. Crazy. Oh, watching Madam Web on a plane sounds so embarrassing. Yeah, you made the right call. I would not have the balls to do that. I would not let people know I'm watching Madam Web in public. Captain America, please leave me alone. I'm your biggest fan. Oh yes, you definitely could make a really interesting Morbius movie. I just think that he's not like a character I would like to see more than other people. But there's such an interesting idea you could do with him being a vampire and trying not to turn. But they said, nah, we're gonna make him a hero and we're gonna barely touch on any like vampiric elements, and Matt Smith's gonna dance with his shirt off. It's a weird movie, man. I don't know why they did the things they do. Oh, let's go triple kill. Yeah! Okay, Venom, you're ruining the vibe. But yeah, Morbius, you could have definitely done a story where he's trying to fight that inner urge, and you actually make him the villain. And like it's just like a vampire movie from the vampire's perspective, but nope. We don't get nice things. It's just exhausting, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of Sony. I need them put down. I like Superman, but would rather watch new Batman Flash again. Listen, Superman's not for everyone. I only recently came around to him, like, last year. I do think we do need... I'm very interested to see how they will handle the Flash in the DCU, because the last movie happened, and I wonder when they're going to introduce him into the universe, and how. Because I feel like a Flash show, we've already done that already. I feel like it has to start with a movie. Hopefully with Wally in the forefront this time. What do you think about the rumor Matt Reeves' Batman is joining the DCU? I don't think it's happening ever because Matt Reeves doesn't want it to happen, but I know James Gunn considered it and talked to him about it. So, as much as I would love to see Matt Reeves' Batman as part of the DCU, because I don't like what was his name? Oh god, this is why I need to script things. I don't like what the Flash director is now directing Batman Brave and the Bold, and I don't like what he did with Batman in that movie. With Ben Affleck's Batman is really weirdly handled, and Michael Keaton's Batman is a nostalgia machine, so it's safe to say I'm very concerned about that. So I think it would have been so smart to fold in Reeves' Batman, but if he doesn't want to do that, that's fine. I understand. I'm just glad that we're gonna get Matt Reeves doing his own self-contained thing. I bought a Superman shirt already. I bought that like the second it went on sale, so I understand wanting to get one for Christmas. I have not worn it. I'm gonna wear it right when it comes. Thank you, Andy Machete. It was on the top. It was on the tip of my tongue. I knew it was Andy something, but I wasn't confident enough to say it. Andy Machete's a really odd director to me because I love his. I like the It movies, not the second one much, but like I like the first It movie, and he's done cool stuff. But I don't get why they gave him Batman. Am I more of a Marvel or DC fan or both? I'm definitely a big fan of both, but I think it's hard to deny the fact that I'm much more of a Marvel fan. Like, if you saw what my room was, or even if you look at the videos I make on the channel, it's pretty much, for every 3 Marvel videos, there's 1 DC video, so you can see where I have more ideas to talk about things. But it also helps that the MCU is so vast at this point that I can go back to things and talk about things in the future where the DCU is just starting. But definitely, yeah, I lean more towards Marvel. This game is available on Xbox, but only the Series X version. Superman is coming out on your birthday? That's so cool. That's like the greatest birthday present you could ever get. Yeah, DC should not be realistic. Like, I don't want that universe to be... I don't want that universe to have any sense of realism. This needs to be a completely fantastical universe where it's larger than life. Get caught up in the suspension of disbelief. Can we all agree Hulk CGI has gotten better and stayed consistent? Yeah. CGI Hulk is... Like, the MCU has nailed the Hulk design because they've had 10 years. That hurts to say, but they've had 10 years to nail his design. So the fact that they've been able to take this one model and consistently work on it really makes their job a lot easier. Like, the She-Hulk model, I think looks really good at some points in that show, but I'm not going to lie to you and say that it looks good all the time. It's very clearly needed, they very clearly needed more time to work on it. But with the Hulk, they can just take his model and plop it into a scene, and they've had so much time to consistently work on it that it's going to look good pretty much regardless. So yeah, you can't really ever deny that the Hulk CGI is bad. I think since Andy Machete was good with kids while filming the It movies, they brought him on since Robin's in the movie. That's a very good point, honestly, especially if they are going with the Bat Family vibe that they said they were. I'd never considered that, but that's probably why they brought him on board, but I don't know. Get someone, if they needed someone who's good with kids, he wouldn't be my first choice, but get someone like Sean Levy. He did the Stranger Things show and actually has interesting ideas. Oh man, I've been updating every day about Emperor's Doomsday for the last couple of months, but I'm glad we're now getting more. Thoughts on Haley Atwell coming back? I'm so convinced. I'm so conflicted because I think if you brought her back as Captain Carter, a character I'm not even the most excited about, I think it would make a lot more sense if we saw like Captain Carter fighting evil Nazi Steve. But bringing her back as Agent Carter completely recontextualized the way I look at this film entirely. I have no clue what this movie is going to be now, because you announced Chris Evans is coming back. I can pitch you 40 different ideas for his return. But you tell me Haley Atwell is coming back specifically as Agent Carter, I have no idea what's going on, and I feel like it depends on how big her role is in the movie that will really give me an idea of what they're doing here. The Sons of Themyscira are pretty realistic. Yeah, that was... They hit the hammer right on the... Hit the hammer right on the nail. They hit the... I'm gonna give up on that analogy. They were right on the nose with that, and I think it was very funny. Yeah, Scar needed so much rework. I don't know why. I don't know why Banner let him go out in public with that awful haircut. They really made him look bad. But I feel like it's a temporary look, and the next time we see him, he'll look better. Hold on. I'm just checking something with the stream real quick. Sorry about that. I don't have a mute button. Riveting stuff right now. Alright, sorry about that, everyone. I just want to make sure the stream is running open properly. Alright. These past weeks have been wild for comic book fans. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster with so much news going out, so much news happening, and so many projects being announced, so many trailers dropping, so many pictures dropping. Next year's gonna be crazy because there's like a Marvel project every month. The DCU kicking off in a full gear with several projects shooting. We'll get set photos, we'll get new things announced. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Can't wait for Captain Carter to become a Celestial and beat RDJ, Doctor Doom, and Doomsday. Don't give them any ideas. If you give the What If writers any leeway, they will jump on that. Oh, we're joining a game midway through? That's messed up. I put this in the thumbnail. I don't know if anyone has seen... Oh, hold on, let me talk about this first. Thoughts on Creature Commandos Episode 3. Spoilers going ahead for Creature Commandos Episode 3. I won't say anything, but if you're in the chat... But I really liked it. It's my favorite episode of the series so far. I was not expecting it to go that way. But I think that... I'd like to see the show taking bold risks and doing things... I love the format of the show where they're making you fall in love with these characters, piece by piece, until you can't really help but enjoy them. Because it is a little formulaic of James Gunn's earlier stories, but at the same time, doing it in this new way where you're learning about a new character every episode, I feel like in the long term is going to make it work really well. And what was the point of me even joining the game if they're just going to end it like that? But always cheers to the Tid Man. What a guy. I'm still, I think they will do Captain Carter again. She's in the cast member, I wouldn't guess, I don't know. That's the thing, I thought they'd do Captain Carter again, but the report specifically said Agent Carter. So, I don't understand what they're cooking, and I would just like an understanding from them, if they could explain it. It's weird, because going into Infinity War, we knew they were gonna do Thanos. We knew they were gonna do a take on Infinity Gauntlet. So we could kind of understand what's happening, but going into this, it's so strange because we just have no idea what this movie is going to be and we're learning about it through casting information. It's hard to get a grasp on. I'm sitting with a Nazi cat. Nazi cats are crazy. That's like such an insane thing to slide in there. We need to save them. And what's the opposite of indoctrinate? Outdoctrinate? Undoctrinate them? Captain America, there can only be one. Ozone. Ah! Leave me alone! No! 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 Oh! How am I surviving? Oh, I'm him. I'm him. I'm him. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay. Whew. I can check the chat now. The new Thunderbolts pilotos didn't even have a single pixel of Taskmaster. I think she's definitely dying early on. Yeah, unless there's this swerve where she's working with Val and leaves them or something. I feel like that the Sentry's gonna kill her in that vault scene, or she doesn't even make it out of the vault, but I fear she's gonna die very quickly. Chris Evans playing Nomad. is such a strange rumor because, like, did they forget they did that? And that was the most important part of his arc in Infinity War and Civil War? Like, okay, what is this? What are you doing here, gang? Ah, Shang-Chi, no! No. I'm out of here. I'm not dealing with this. But, like, don't do Nomad. Do something different. Do Hydra Steve, or make him the captain, and do a deep cut thing like that. Or do Cap Wolf. But why would you do Nomad again, unless you're gonna give him the slutty costume, which by all means, go ahead, I support it. I know you might not care, but this will affect how I see you as a person. If you had to watch one, Mufasa or Sonic 3, definitely Sonic 3. Mufasa I have no interest in. I love Barry Jenkins as a director. He's made some, like, incredible films, but, like, Mufasa looks so soulless, and those CGI lions are ugly, and I can't bring myself to watch that. Well, even as someone who has never seen a Sonic, or has never played a Sonic game, I've seen both the movies. They're harmless fun, and I might even go see the third one with my friend, because he really likes Sonic, so... Like, I would be there for Sonic 3. Iron Man stomp. Assemble! How's he? I can look at the chat again. The only thing left on my superhero bingo card is the Ayer cut being released. I don't know if we're ever gonna get the Ayer cut, because the Snyder cut only happened because Warner Brothers needed content for HBO Max when it was launching, so and it was during the pandemic, so they said, what can we do that we've already shot? And they had the Snyder cut stuff laying around, and they did some reshoots on that, but I don't know if we're ever gonna get the Ayer cut, especially with James Gunn trying to move on. But, I mean, it would be insane if they just casually did it. Yeah, Man of Steel, I think that movie falls apart in its third act for me, but especially in Superman breaking Zod's neck, because you give him this impossible task of, I'm gonna force you to kill me, Superman, and have Superman just be like, alright, and just do it. It just feels kind of lazy, and I feel like it'd be so much more interesting, because they don't even really explore the repercussions of that, because Superman kills the bad guy, the public perception of him is still bad. Batman v Superman doesn't really talk about it. They just needed Zod dead so he can become Doomsday in BVS. But, I don't know, it's more interesting if you have your heroes creatively get out of a problem. And I think throwing them into the Phantom Zone could have done just that. I got a what if. What if Kang stayed the villain of the Multiverse Saga? Yeah. What could have been if we got Kang as the villain of that movie? I still think it was a mistake to pivot instead of just recasting, you know, the most recastable character of all time, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do. I can't really stop them. I just hope that they made the right choice. Secret Wars is basically gonna be a cameo, like, a cameo fest. They're gonna bring back everybody ever. The budget on that movie is gonna be ridiculous.
4, 3,
but
2,
I think they can, like, I'm someone who's not against fan service. I'll play as Winter Soldier, whoever wanted that earlier. But, like, make that movie entirely fan service. I don't care. I'll jingle the keys in front of me. For DCU Wonder Woman, do you think she'll have the skirt or the shorts? I'm pretty sure we saw her in Creature Commandos in that nightmare sequence this week. And I think she had the skirt, and I'm glad about that. I feel like just give Wonder Woman the classic design. I understand trying to modernize her. I completely get it, especially with how, like, sensitive you gotta be about this stuff. But just go with the classic design. It's classic for a reason. Did you hear something about Willem Dafoe in the fourth Spider-Man? I've not heard anything about that. I did see Willem Dafoe in an interview talking about how he would happily come back as the Green Goblin. What I did hear in Spider-Man 4 is something I put in the thumbnail that I haven't had to talk about today in the stream yet. Has anyone seen the rumor that Spider-Man 4 is going to have Ghost Rider and Mephisto in it? Because the internet lit up for like a solid 2 hours today where everybody was losing their minds because some scooper was talking about Ghost Rider and said that news was going to break soon. And I cannot believe that for the life of me. We've not gotten anything breaking, so I think they might have just been lying or gotten bad source, but like, do you know how bizarre it would be to bring Ghost Rider into the MCU in a Spider-Man movie and do one more day? Especially because I think someone said Keanu Reeves Ghost Rider. But I mean, Mephisto is confirmed that Mephisto's confirmed to appear in Ironheart, so maybe they want to carry it over there, but I don't know. The fact that that was casually mentioned by someone and never brought up again, I'm not believing it. I just feel like we had to talk about that, because that's such an insane rumor. Especially with all the Venom rumors we've been seeing lately. And yeah, Marvel are very good at counter-programming. I remember when, like on the release day of Madam Web, Marvel dropped the Fantastic Four casting, I think, and it completely overshadowed that movie, which would have done any movie was getting overshadowed anyway. But people are looking at Superman. Okay, let's talk to them about Spider-Man 4. It's a good strategy if you're a business. But no, it would have been. I'm pretty sure a new Ghost Rider was the rumor. I think somebody said it would have been Keanu Reeves, which I have no clue. It feels like such a... It feels like such a bizarre thing to do that I don't believe it. And they said that the trades are going to break the news tonight, so unless they pushed it to tomorrow, I don't believe they pivot to Ghost Rider, Mephisto, and do one more day, because No Way Home is basically No Way Home, or No Way Home is... This is what happens when I try and play a video game and stream. No Way Home is basically one more day. You can't do better than that, so I can't believe that they're making me miss the Venom idea, but I would much prefer that than Mephisto. And I see you talking about your theory with Shang-Chi. I want that too. I would love to see Shang-Chi and Spider-Man team up, and we get like a Way of the Spider type thing, where Shang-Chi teaches Spider-Man how to fight. That'd be such an interesting idea. My pitch is still the Daredevil Spider-Man one. I saw somebody mention it before that they just want Daredevil and Spider-Man. Me too, man. That's all I've ever wanted in life. It's my favorite duo of superheroes in comics. And I'm gonna be so mad if we don't get that one day.
I am ready to put on a show!
Also, I just realized I missed a few questions. Let me just scroll up real quick. David Zaslav should be the villain of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yeah, that man is the biggest villain of Warner Brothers has. He is a menace, and I need him... For legal reasons, I won't say what I actually think about him, but the world will be a better place when he's not running that company. Anyways, you know about that you know about the Luigi guy? I'm just gonna leave it at that. What cameo do you want in Secret Wars? Great question. Something I've thought a lot about, because I feel like there are endless options for this. And I think the one I want most is Miles Teller as the Maker, because it's an interesting idea. It's not just fan service for the sake of it, because nobody would pop off seeing Miles Teller Reed Richards. And it's an interesting idea that plays around with the multiverse, you know what I mean? Okay, I should not have been standing still.
Not so funny.
Howard the Duck should be in it. They should, honestly. Just put him in the background of a shot and be like, yeah, 80s Howard the Duck is here. Whatever, man. Why not? I hate that Hawkeye. Oh!
You're too loud.
Did you see that Annihilus might be the villain? I'm sorry, I'm dealing with a cough. Did you see Annihilus might be the villain of the Nova series? I did see that, and I love it. It's such an out of context, or out of I'm so sorry. I'm trying to talk a lot. It's such an out of left field choice. I would have sworn they would save him for like a Fantastic Four sequel, and maybe they still will. But I love it. That show seems to be exactly what it needs to be, as they open the MCU cosmic side up in crazy degrees.
Don't stop for anything.
I would love to see what they do with him. And I hope that he's a recurring villain and they don't do like Annihilation or anything like that. Just set stuff up. Okay, I'm dying. I need to lock in. Okay. I want Miles Teller Maker to start doing crazy drum solo. Let's get J. Jonah Jameson to see Miles Teller Maker and tell him that it's not his tempo. That would be peak. But yeah, Annihilus in Nova is really exciting. I'm very interested to hear what they do with him and how big of a role he has, if he's like just an overarching villain, or if he's like an actual constant threat we see throughout the show.
One down.
I honestly don't know how Tom Holland still gets so much hate. I thought it'd be pretty much... Yeah, Tom Holland hate is bizarre, because people are weird in that they thought he was this Iron Boy and they attacked him. He's such a great actor, and I can't wait for people to finally wake up and realize how talented he is. And especially because his Spider-Man is so well developed and fleshed out. And Tom Holland haters are weak and won't survive the winter. It'd be really interesting to see him, like, talk about... Hold on. It'd be really interesting to see Miles Teller back, because people talking about Fan 4 Stick would be crazy. I don't even like that movie. I hate that movie. It's my least favorite movie of all time. But, like, I'm always happy to bring people back if you can do it in an interesting and inspired way. Who shot me? I hate this Hawkeye so much. Lanterns will be shooting soon. Yeah, I think Lanterns starts shooting early next year. And with how Earth-based that show is, I'm sure we'll be getting some set pics soon enough of the costumes. I'm very interested to see how those suits look, considering how Guy Gardner's looks in Superman, and I feel like that'll indicate how the character is going to look in the beginning, if that makes sense. Or in the ending. I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought. Let me lock into the chat. Bring Scarlett Johansson back as evil Black Widow. Yes! Please! If you're gonna go with this whole... They should really be going with the whole evil villains idea. And just bring them all back. Bring as many as they can. And just go all out with it. Do some goofy comic book premise. I think that'd be so funny. Agatha all along getting season 2. I hope that happens. That first season was incredible. But at the same time, I have no clue how they would do it. Unless it's a completely different show, like a complete tonal shift. And I think that it would be really hard to try and recreate the magic of the Witch's Road all over again. So, if they're gonna do it, I'd be interested to see what idea they have for the series that keeps it in line with the first season enough. But I hope it does. That show was really good, and Jack Schaefer is like a wizard with a pen. She knows exactly what she's doing. You think Agatha's a Vision Quest? Okay, so the way they've said this is that Agatha, or that WandaVision, Agatha, and Vision Quest is like a trilogy, in that it's all spinning off of WandaVision and continuing the narrative in different ways, where WandaVision introduces these characters and puts them in specific places, and then they go branch off and do their other stories, which I think is a really cool idea.
The battle starts in 5.
Like, you could have easily just done WandaVision Season 2 and called it that, but Agatha All Along is different enough from WandaVision that it would feel weird if you said, yeah, here's WandaVision Season 2, Agatha Harkness is the lead now, you know what I mean? I would genuinely be really interested to see Josh Trank's original Fans 4 Stick cut, because I love Chronicle. I think it's one of the best... No, I think it is the best found footage film I've ever seen. And I would love to see what he was cooking before the studio gutted it. I feel like he might have had a really interesting idea and made that bizarre premise work. Shang-Chi, please leave me alone. Aww. Do you think we'll see Elektra, Blade, Gambit, and Laura again? I definitely think we'll see Gambit again. I feel like he's a lock with how popular he was, making a name for himself. Wesley Snipes' Blade is harder to say because I don't know what he would do unless he's in Secret Wars for a cameo. I don't think we'll see Elektra again, and I think we'll see... I hope we'll see Laura as a mainline member of the X-Men in the MCU. Other than that, I don't really know. I feel like Gambit's the only one I would place money on returning. Dang it, man. Do you think Kyle Chandler Hal Jordan will have a beard or be clean shaven? I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a beard. There was a really
back where I started.
Recent picture he had with a fan where he seemed to have like the full Hal Jordan look, and I think it looks good, especially if you're going for an older grizzled Hal Jordan. There's no better way of doing that than actually making him grizzled with a beard. Jeff! Piece of shark. I need him dead. I need you to die. I'm gonna kill. I nearly said something bad. Oh, that's true. Cloverfield might be better. Cloverfield is probably my favorite found footage film. Cloverfield was really good. Wolverine punches and knocks out David Ayer. Not everyone gets a director's cut. Yeah, the director's cut thing has become a gimmick. And, like, I'm sorry the movie got ruined in the edit, but it's almost been a decade, man. Like, at a certain point, you gotta move on. Finally! Shark. Where did I even die from? Oh, the trap. Moon Knight and Doctor Strange 3 is an interesting idea, especially with him being a supernatural character in the MCU now. I'd be here for it. I'm here for anything more Moon Knight. Have I watched Kraven yet? No. And I will not be watching it in theaters, because I'm boycotting these Sony movies until they're good. Zack Snyder is such a curious director, because he's made some genuinely good movies, and then nowadays he's just become reduced to a gimmick. Every movie he does has to have a director's cut, because that's what he's known for, so he purposefully makes Rebel Moon worse, so he can sell a director's cut. And it's like, come on, man. I'm interested to see what you can do outside of a franchise. Don't handicap yourself just for a gimmick. I want to like his stuff so bad. Jeff, get away from me! Thank God. Oh my God. Look at his corpse. Look at that piece of garbage. I don't know if this is a hot take, but Doctor Strange 2 is my favorite Phase 4 movie. That definitely is a hot take, because I've seen a lot of people who hate that movie. I think it's really good. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. My favorite Phase 4 movie is definitely No Way Home. But I think it's really good.
I was getting kind of worried there.
Why do you think Jeff hasn't been in Why do I think Jeff hasn't been in the MCU? I think it's because Marvel are cowards, and they know that they would have to rename the MCU to the Jeff Cinematic Universe. I honestly would love to see how they fit Jeff into the MCU. Like, even if it's... You know the I Am Groot shorts? I would love it. It's Jeff series of shorts, where it's him, like, being owned by a different character every episode. I think that'd be so cute.
Get up, my fist.
Director's Cut, Supercut, Ultimate. Didn't BVS have an Ultimate Cut and an R-rated cut or something like that? I don't know, I could have sworn BVS had 2 cuts. Do you think Sam Raimi should return as director for Doctor Strange 3? 100%. I think that the problems with Multiverse of Madness were more so in the script than anything else. I should have gotten on the point. But where was I going? Yeah, I think Raimi definitely needs to come back. I think he brings so much style to the movies, and he wants to keep making them seemingly.
Friends,
and they should absolutely bring him back if they can.
Or Steven, or Jake.
Favorite mid/post-credit scene of Phase 4? I had this discussion last night and I was surprised. My favorite was Wakanda Forever. Yeah, it's Wakanda Forever. I cannot watch that scene without bawling my eyes out like a baby. It is so beautiful and cathartic, and Letitia does a fantastic job selling the weight of that. I don't think... That honestly might be like one of my favorite post-credit scenes ever. It is so beautiful. But taking that out of contention, if we're talking about favorite post-credit scene in Phase 4 specifically, ooh, let me run through my head a little bit. I don't think it's any from the shows because they don't really use them to their full potential there, unfortunately enough. Like, the Jake Lockley one is good, but as a Moon Knight fan, but I do wish he was just in the show, and they did the Lockley reveal in that final fight. Instead of cutting away from Harrow, you show Jake take over, and that's the big moment, rather than the big third act post-credit scene reveal. The movie is interesting, because I think that, you know, Wakanda Forever is far and away the best one. Like, I like the Hercules one, I like the Eternals one, the two in Eternals. I like Jane going to Valhalla a lot. I think that's a beautiful ending for her character, and shows that she was fighting cancer and still got to go to Valhalla, get this warrior's death. That's such a, like, sweet sentiment.
Wake up in the crazy house again.
Doctor Strange 2 felt like a horror movie. Yeah. I think that Raimi brings so much aura and sauce to his movies to sound young and hip. And I think that Raimi is, like, one of the best to ever do it. He has such a unique style, and every movie is made better with him bringing that kind of personality into it, rather than just trying to shoot a movie without any inspired visions. I dislike BVS so much. Man of Steel had its problems with BVS half killed the DCU. Yeah. I think Man of Steel is a fine movie. I like it just as much as I don't like it. But BVS, I will never understand how some people like, I'm happy you do. I wish I could, because it's Batman and Superman fighting each other. But I can't get in that movie. It really is the, like, infraction point of the DCU where you see everything fall apart. Not really MCU or DC, but new Henry Danger movie trailer is funny and looks cool. I've never seen Henry Danger. I saw in, like, full. I saw a lot. I wouldn't say a lot, but I saw some of it as a kid growing up. I'm very out of the loop. And I'm glad it's there. I remember watching Black Panther 2 in theaters with friends, not having seen that first one. One of them just fell asleep instantly? I don't understand how you can fall asleep during that movie. Have you no soul? No heart? That's actually crazy to me. I've never fallen asleep in a movie before. Guardians 3 is the greatest Marvel movie ending. Ooh, I think Infinity War is the best one still. It's like Infinity War, No Way Home. First Avenger I like a lot too. But Guardians 3 is absolutely up there. Venom Let There Be Carnage post-credit scene. Yeah, the Venom Let There Be Carnage post-credit scene, now looking back on what they did with this, like, third movie, they just kind of abandoned that, which is weird. Because the Venom movies are usually good with that, but I guess not this time. Henry Cavill destroying Marvel and DC with this Warhammer series. This is how he gets revenge. DC and him broke up, and now he's coming back to destroy them both. Okay, let's go Cloak and Dagger this time.
We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear.
Dude, I can't think of one mid/post-credit scene because most of them satisfying, which doesn't have a satisfying payoff. To play devil's advocate here, those movies set up a hell of a lot with their post-credit scenes, but Marvel's new method makes it so we don't come back to these as frequently as we used to. So, I feel like we just haven't had the opportunity to come back to some of this stuff. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, and until we have a movie or a show that completely ignores the post-credit scene in the original setup, that's when I'll get annoyed. But yeah, it's definitely Wakanda Forever. I didn't know people hated Black Panther 2. This is the first I've heard of that. I thought that movie was, like, widely beloved.
Hey, there are people who think I'm as strong as you.
If you didn't cry at the Guardians Volume 3 ending, you don't have a soul. Yeah. I can't listen to Dog Days Are Over anymore without sobbing because of Guardians 3. That ending is so beautiful. It's such a, like, a celebration of this team, this family. How could you think DCU Aquaman will look like? Oh, yeah, I think they need to do, like, a classic blonde Aquaman. I like the Momoa version, but I want this universe to be as accurate as it can be, and I think that the best way to do that is to just do things by the book and give us Aquaman looks like Aquaman. Do the hook hand, or even if it's like the water hand, just do something that differentiates it from Momoa, because I don't know why they never did the hook hand. I would love to see him in that orange costume. Just save the one they used for Momoa and give it to the new guy, honestly. Nah, it wasn't just like, oh god, there's BVS discourse going on in the chat. To give you my 2 cents, yeah, I don't like the Luther take, but Batman killing, being so vengeful, and Superman being so broody is what really does that movie in for me. There's so much potential, and there are interesting ideas in the film, but I just don't think they've reached their full potential. Guardians is the best soundtrack ever. Ooh. I think thematically it fits any movie better than I've ever seen. Like, the way those songs tie into the film hit so well, and I love how Gunn ties it in better than anything else. That being said, I think Guardians 3 might be my favorite, which is controversial. Just going off my playlist, I have more songs from that movie than any other in it. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Please, Thor, leave me alone. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Okay, that's mean. Do you think Momoa should be Lobo? Yeah, just do it already. Like, he's Lobo. He looks like Lobo. It's a slim Lobo. It's such an easy and smart decision. Stop lagging, stop lagging. Please stop lagging. But why am I lagging so much? Hello? What? Okay. I think we're back. I just hope the Mutant Saga doesn't 1 year after sequel. If they take a break so they can plan it out. Yeah, I love what the MCU is doing right now, but I think that what made it so, like, after Endgame, they were forced to take a year-long break. And I think it did them a lot of benefits. And this way they can think things through, they can play it safe, they can have a plan, they can hopefully not, like, stray from the plan again. And I think it's just what they need to kind of regroup, give the audience a chance to miss them. I don't get about BVS is the end of Man of Steel established Soups as starting to be more heroic, and then BVS shows more gloomy Soups, and then after that he's supposed to be heroic again. Like, what? Yeah, the tones are all over the place because they just keep going back and forth, and I don't understand why they don't just commit to one idea, because Superman dies and then everybody just changes their mind and it's like, yeah, we love Superman now. Oh man, we've always loved Superman. As if they didn't spend a whole movie hating on him. Like, his death I don't think would have changed it. They would have been celebrating his death. They wouldn't have been saying that he was the hero they needed all along. Your brothers have no soul if they're not crying during the Black Panther ending. I don't understand how you can't be doing that.
I am ready to put on a show. Just embrace the light.
Let me alone, please. Oh god, I'm in the belly of the beast here. Baby Driver, I love the Baby Driver soundtrack. I think we talked about this last time too. It's so good. I love how it's timed to the music and or the scene, action, and everything. The true villain of Phase 4 to 5 was Disney. I would say so. Because Marvel had interesting ideas and they were forced to crank things out as fast as possible. And I'd be really interested to see what the MCU would look like today if they had the time they've been given now to work on things. Because I feel like we'd be having a much different conversation. And the critical reception of the universe would be so different today. What if James Gunn became the The head of DC, the new saga will be Marvel vs. DC. That would be crazy. I don't think it'll ever happen. Maybe one movie, but I don't think we'd ever get a saga, despite how cool that would be. I'm not gonna lie, I love the soundtrack of Creature Commando so far. It's really good. Like, say what you will about James Gunn. He knows how to pick music for a show or movie. So I'm doing a series with my relatives of watching every Marvel movie, and by the time we get to Secret Wars, it'll be almost to 80. Really? That's pretty crazy to think about.
My time to shine. They hit a checkpoint.
I did not realize that.
Might be a good time to stop them.
I remember like when a few years ago when it was just like 12 things you had to watch. Things have changed so much. Die, Thor! Die!
My time to shine.
What if Camille Nanjiani isn't playing Booster Gold but instead voicing Skeets? Probably more likely, honestly. I would love him being Booster Gold. I did a video on it a few months ago. I think he'd be a good choice, but he'd be great as Skeets too. He has that exact kind of sassy personality you want for a Skeets. The princess character in Creature Commandos is so hot. I would have folded faster than Rick Flag. Real? I don't know how he held back that far.
I am ready to put on a show.
Like, that man was so confident. And then he saw one look at her and immediately folded. I wouldn't even make it that far. Which is why I think it'd be very funny if the Clayface theory is true with her. What if Killmonger lived would be a great idea. We got What If he saved Iron Man, which is maybe one of the weaker episodes of What If, but like, imagine if he lived in one. How would it look like if he got to actually rule over Wakanda? Also, I'm still getting the hang of this whole streaming thing, so if I've missed any of your questions tonight, just feel free to ask it again until I answer it. Streaming, talking to the chat, and playing a game is difficult.
I'm back to shed some light. Only 60 seconds left.
Stop getting the payload. Yeah, what if Hydra 1 and Winter Soldier is a really cool idea, and they rule over with Project Insight? I don't understand why they stopped doing that show. What was gonna be bad about it? Because, like, again, just take any Marvel movie, look at the ending, and say, what if this happened instead, and you've got an episode. What if Marvel had the Fox characters from the beginning? Exactly. Just say, what if the X-Men existed in the MCU? And boom. Justifies your series. We can get fun stuff. Alright, I don't even know what happened. I just got ping-ponged. Not Joshua. What's good, man? No glaze, but I think you're one of those charismatic and underrated creators on this side of YouTube. Congrats, man, and keep up the great content. You're too kind. Truly. I'm glad you think it's charisma, because I just think it's pure chaos in the way that I can't really focus myself, and I'm a lot of rambling. The editing hides how insane I am very well. These streams, you get this unadulterated version of me where I'm just kind of losing my mind, but I really do appreciate that. What if Malekith won? Yeah, they can maybe make him interesting this time, because we can see what happens if he does, like, unite the 9 realms or something. I don't know, I forgot what he did in that movie. But yeah, just literally, it proves the point of how take a Marvel movie ending, change who wins, you get an episode. We don't need to be something like, what if Howard the Duck got married? Make a video or stream about top 10 what if ideas. Before they announced the show was ending, I was planning on making a what if ideas video, where I had a lot of them, but you know, they announced the show was ending, so I feel like it's too late at this point. But I do think that's an interesting stream idea. If I don't want to play Marvel Rivals when I can get this working on my computer, that'd be a good idea. Fair point, but I wish they had more seasons. Yeah, they do need to do more seasons. What if Moon Knight and Jeff teamed up? Now we're talking. That's that real stuff right there. Moon Knight and Jeff would be crazy. Let's make Jeff the Fist of Khonshu.
Armed and
Hot take, Electric Light Orchestra is better than the Beatles? That is a hot take. I think I like their music better. I wouldn't say that they're a more impactful and better band though. I feel like the Beatles are the Beatles, you know what I mean? They're the reason, like they get compared to everybody for a reason. The Beatles. Let's just make the Jeff saga. Yeah, why are we pivoting to Doom? Like, let's have Jeff's day. What if Disney never fired James Gunn is an insane thing to, like, wonder, because if Disney never fired James Gunn, he would have never made the Suicide Squad. He wouldn't be, like, running DC right now. Him getting fired is the best thing that could have ever happened to him, because now he has this, like, job of a lifetime, all because a bunch of people tried to get him, like, fired for old, horrible tweets, but, like, he's clearly a changed person. The internet would blow up with Toby and Hugh in Secret Wars. It's happening. It's 100% happening. There's no way that they don't bring back Toby and Hugh together. Take care, Zelda Nerd. I'm probably gonna be around for another half hour to an hour, so if you can make it back, I would love to have you here. But yeah, they're definitely gonna bring Toby and Hugh together. I feel like having Toby, Hugh, who's like another? Toby, Hugh. Who's like a big three? Maybe one of the older Hulks. That's like Marvel's original big three.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I don't know. There's not really many popular Hulks. Wesley Snipes Blade. Yeah, that's probably it. Wesley Snipes Blade. He kicked off the whole thing. Good shout, Angel. It's definitely Wesley Snipes Blade. Let's go Captain America. That's Magneto.
no timeline exists where Magneto
Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's Captain America.
an idea that will never die.
Wesley Snipes Blade, Hugh Jackman Wolverine, and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man would be the most, like, insane thing ever. Terrence Howard should come back as Superior Iron Man. Now that is an idea. That is an inspired idea right there. That would be funny. He'd finally get his next time. He has a reason to be bitter because they didn't give him the money. I really like that idea. You think they'll give Reed and Doom a rivalry? I don't think so, because you can't build compelling Reed and Doom rivalry in one movie. And especially because it's Robert Downey Jr., he's not going to stay around as Dr. Doom. So I think that Dr. Doom's going to be more of a saga villain here, like a multiversal variant, and then we'll get the real Dr. Doom, and they'll build up the dynamic with Reed in the future, which is, I think, the smart move. I don't really want to see RDJ Doom be the new Doom forever. I'd like a properly cast one who won't cost like $80 million per appearance. Who killed me? I hate Hawkeye. What do you think post-credit scenes of Superman 2025 will be? I think it'll be Supergirl. I think it's such a natural link. And the next project after it is Peacemaker, and I don't think they're going to do anything that sets up Peacemaker. Maybe something for Lanterns with Guy Gardner? Or maybe Maxwell Lord starting the Justice League International. I could see that too, but I feel like Supergirl is the easiest link between everybody. Maybe it's her getting out of the pod from years ago.
I'll be shipshape in no time. This time I need healing.
And then you notice Terrence's genes can actually prove that 1 + 1 is not equal to 2. Wow. That's a good variant right there. Like, if you can prove 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, you are quite superior. I'm killing this Hawkeye, man. I can't let him keep getting away with this. Oh! Alright, I beat him to death. It's fun beating people to death. What if Steve got the Super Soldier Serum instead of Captain Carter? Oh man, I wonder if he'd become like a First Avenger or something crazy like that. Just a hunch, you know. Who's shooting at me? Oh, it's Iron Man above. Who's shooting? You the Punisher? Get shot, bozo. I need to buy more comics and omnibuses. I already have it on my list. I was at a comic store today, and I looked at the prices, and I realized, oh, that sucks. Because I was going to buy some Moon Knight Omnibuy, I'm going to call it. I wanted to buy some Captain America, and I'm really bummed that I couldn't afford anything, because I was planning on buying a ton of stuff. I feel like my collection is not as big as it should be with the books I actually want to read, you know what I'm saying? I wish the omnibuses weren't like $45, man. Because there's so many good comics out there, and I read them all online. Die, Loki. Die, Loki. Bozo!
Sorry, soldier. Second chance is over.
Has Zack Snyder as Thanos. That's a bold move. Let's see what he does. He's got the physique for it. He's ripped. Someone heal me, please.
Judge! Jury!
Oh, come on.
Executioner!
There he is. May I actually jump him? He just died anyways. No, no, no. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I haven't been hyped for a movie like Superman 2025 and since Guardians Volume 3. Yeah, Guardians Volume 3 was definitely the last time I was very excited for a movie like this. It's Superman and Fantastic Four for me next year that I'm like ridiculously excited for. Otherwise, I would say I can't remember the last time I've been this excited for something, man. It's so cool that the genre is thriving like this, never before seen. Mine is relatively small too. I have my masterworks and I love physical media. I just want to preserve them. Yeah, I kind of respect that. The only omnibus I have is right next to me, and it's the Mark Spector Moon Knight run. I got that as a Christmas present last year. I love it. I really want to get the Jeff Lemire, I don't know how it's pronounced. I watched an Owen Legs Comics video, and he pronounced it differently than I pronounced it, and it kind of shocked my worldview. But I really want the Jeff Lemire Moon Knight run as an omnibus. That's my favorite comic run of all time. I was definitely hyped for Deadpool and Wolverine, don't get me wrong. I was just not like Avengers Infinity War level hyped for, which I am for Fantastic Four and Superman, because it's two characters that haven't gotten their due diligence in the last few years. Well, Deadpool and Wolverine is a beloved version of the character, and Deadpool has had two good movies at that point. So I was very excited for it, but not like I will kill myself if I don't get to watch this movie type thing. Oh, I missed that. Sorry, team. It's okay, Adam Warlock's reviving you. It's crazy how I became a massive Superman fan because of Starman memes, and now Superman is my most anticipated movie of the year. I love to hear that. Superman, again, I made a video on it, it was my first one, about how I used to hate Superman and think he was boring. It's so easy to love him. I swear there's a Superman loving pipeline where you learn more about him, whether it be through a Starman meme or reading comics or whatever. He's so easy to like. And the Starman memes are great. I'm not to spoil one of my upcoming videos, but I wrote a Starman meme into the script. So, in an upcoming video that's coming out within the next month, there will be a Starman meme in it. Yeah, exactly, Caleb. That's a really good way of putting it. That you were emotionally and personally excited for Guardians Volume 3. Like, I knew I would come out of Volume 3 a changed man. It would break me. And it did. CDX Rolex says, I'm gonna read your name out, so this will be immortalized forever. But CDX Rolex says, not gonna lie, I filled my pants hearing that Superman score. It's gonna be peak. Me too, but like, come on, man. It is that good of a score. Like, oh my god, it's incredible. It's incredible. If we see Superman saving a girl from a suicide attempt, I'll cry. Me too, man. I really want that movie should open with a montage of him stopping trains and catching planes, getting cats out of trees, helping people with stuff like that. I want this Superman to right off the bat be tonally different. I want to see Superman who, like, the Batman opens up with this incredible montage of him scaring people around the city with that narration that gives you an immediate sense of who this version of Batman is. And I think Superman needs to open with a montage like that that really lets you understand what makes this character special as a hopeful icon. And him saving someone from killing themselves would be chef's kiss. It'd be beautiful. How much of the set photos of Superman have you seen? I've seen them all. I've seen them all. I preach not wanting to be spoiled by these movies, but at the same time, I will look into every single set photo because I am obsessed with it.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Let's see. I want to play someone new this round. Someone I'm not really good at. Let's play Groot.
I am Groot.
So true, King. You are Groot. I remember trying to hear the new Superman theme at school when it came out, but the Wi-Fi was so bad I couldn't hear it. It dropped when I was in the car, traveling. I wasn't driving. I'm not going to listen to a Superman theme and drive. But I was, like, cupping my ear with it to try and hear it. Oh my god. It was so worth it. Rocket, where are you? Where are you, my man? Get on my shoulder.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
All who oppose
I can't build in here. I was gonna do a Fortnite joke.
the might of Mjolnir.
Right. About that. You wouldn't happen to have any fair and chance of weapons, would you?
David Cornsweet cast as Superman, maybe on par with great casting. Yeah. David Cornsweet Superman,
The battle starts in
I think is gonna be going up there in the all-time greats. Same with Rachel Brosnahan as Lois. I feel like people are sleeping on how good of a casting choice she is. I'm so excited to see her just as much as I am Superman in that trailer. Or am I in college? That's an interesting question. Do I want to answer that? Because nobody knows anything about me right now. You don't know my name, you don't know my lore, you just know I make the silly videos online. No, I'm not in college. I graduated a year ago. And then I made the channel way too late because I should have been making these videos for a lot longer than I am. But I'm not in college. I graduated from a 4-year school with a degree. And since then, I've gotten so much dumber. So, stay in school, please. Try and remember this stuff. Oh, let's go. Bad portal. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is fantastic. I love the fact that he auditioned for both Batman and Superman and didn't get them because it kind of feels like people have a real grudge against Superman. Because he can't. What the? Oh, he said, what the flark. I am Groot. So true, King. What can I say? Did you see Rachel's photos from today's event? Absolutely I did. That woman is stunning. And also she just, like, that's just Lois Lane, you know what I mean? Like, Lois Lane is real, and it's Rachel Brosnahan. Her casting is so good. Oh, rip me. Did I watch the Superman and Lois finale? Great question. The answer is no. I am still watching Superman and Lois. I'm in season 2 right now. I only started watching it about 2 weeks ago. I love it. It's immediately became my favorite Superman adaptation. And I'm excited to get to the finale because I've heard it's very good. But I also am not really excited to get it because it means the show has to end. And it sucks that they didn't get to go through a 7-season plan. I hope it gets to get continued in comics or something because
I am ready to put on a show.
they have so much potential. Let's go. I am Groot.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Die. Die. Where's the Punisher? Where's the Punisher? No! Get away from me! I want Jimmy Olsen in the movie to get his goofy bow tie and go eat at a cafe with soups or something. Yes! Please! Oh my god. Jimmy Olsen has been done so dirty in live action because they shot him in the head for some reason. So please just let him be this whimsical guy full of silly joy and have his bow tie and everything, because Skylar Gisondo, incredible Jimmy casting, by the way. Like, that's just Jimmy Olsen come to life. You're stuck with me now. Bad idea for me, actually. I'm gonna die. Yeah, that was rough. Oh, I'm revived! Let's go! We're back in the fight. Who's shooting me? Get away! I don't care. How do you think Nick Cage would have been a Superman? Weird. It would have been hard to adjust to, because Nick Cage brings this kind of, like, aura to him, where he plays freaks. And I would have been really interesting to see him play an earnest character like Superman. I don't know if it would have worked, but also, with Tim Burton attached, you gotta assume that he's got some idea. Just because I feel like it, before Brave New World comes out, I'm gonna watch the 1990 Captain America movie because of the line, Mr. President, thanks. Thoughts on Thunderbolt Ross being president? Two things. One, I really want to watch that 1990 Captain America movie, especially because the director's widow recently came out with the director's cut and screened it for some people. And apparently it's really good, which is shocking. So I really want to see that, because apparently it's this like melodramatic political thriller with Captain America at the center. And I think that sounds fantastic. I would love to see what that movie was supposed to be like before they apparently chopped it up and reshot it to hell. But thoughts on Thunderbolt Ross becoming president? I think it's a great idea. It feels like a natural expansion for his character at this point, and is a great way to really focus on him more. And making Sam fight the president is such a cool idea, because Captain America's stories are at their best when he is facing an oppressive force. And having him beef with the president who's, like, starting a war over adamantium, like, you can't get stuff better than that. It's gonna be so satisfying seeing Sam stand up to him, and I get why they did it, because it gives him a big raging Hulk to fight. So I love the idea. I think it's so much fun, and a great use of that character. Oh, get away. Oh my god, it's the Punisher. What's the news, Jim says? I mean, the first news was that the Superman poster and the trailer news and the score and all that. The second news was some rumors about Spider-Man 4 and maybe a Ghost Rider appearance. And the other news, there's some Daredevil stuff earlier today, there's some Thunderbolts picks. Big day today. Captain America 4 gives me some Manchurian Candidate and They Live vibes. I see exactly what you mean. Especially Manchurian Candidate with what they're doing with Isaiah. I love that direction. It really feels like they're leaning in with the political thriller vibes. And I love that. I am interested in Superman, but I don't know how to get into him. Any comic run suggestions? I think the go-to one is All-Star Superman. It's a self-contained story. It has a beginning and end. It has the perfect tone for the character. And Superman Smashes the Clan was the one I was going to suggest next. That's a really good one. I love those. I love those two. Those are probably, I mean, it's generic to say this, but they're my two favorite Superman runs. There's one, the ongoing Superman story now. I don't know who's the writer of it. I'll look it up after this game. I really like it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. He's working alongside Lex Luthor at Supercorp. Not a lot of people talk about it. I'm gonna try that again. They've introduced some interesting characters, like I think Marilyn Moonlight is one. It's just a really fun run, and a great starting point for Superman, with fresh lore, fresh ideas, fresh characters. What do you think of having in Spider-Man 5, for example, Mac Garvin becoming Scorpion while Peter's the symbiote, and Mac losing and having become Venom in Spider-Man 6? Yes. I've not said it anywhere because I've not made a video on it, but my ideal Spider-Man trilogy is Kingpin and Scorpion work together and do the Daredevil story in that 5th movie. Then Gargan goes away to prison again. And then you do Venom in the 5th movie. No, sorry. You do Venom in the 6th movie, where he comes back and he gets the symbiote. It's different from what we've seen with Venom before. It's a unique idea. I think it'd be a lot of fun and give us some really, like, creative uses of that character. I would love that so much. I can't believe that we've only ever seen, like, the one Eddie the one Eddie Brock type of Venom, when I would love this Mac Gargan version. I just don't know if they'd ever actually pull the trigger on it, despite them absolutely, like, they really should. And then maybe in the 2nd movie, who's Spider-Man one I'd love to see? Maybe they can do stuff like Tombstone and Hammerhead, do like a low-stakes crime movie. Yes, the entrance of the Fortress of Solitude. I assume that was the video that said Thursday, right? Unless there's something else I missed. The leader does sound terrifying. I'm so glad that they're hiding him in all the marketing. As long as you're not Chronica Online and see the Funko Pop leaks. But I love that they're hiding him. I can't wait to see what his big dumb green head looks like. Name a comic character who went through more pain. Polka Dot Man. Poor guy. He just wanted a family. And he got stepped on by a giant starfish. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, please hold. Let's go. I see my mom everywhere. It's hilarious. Like, he's a tragic character, but he's also so funny in a dark humor kind of way. Dang it. Angel, don't retract your message. I was just about to read it. No, and I forgot what it was supposed to be.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Shazam 2 and Black Adam were the worst DC EU movies. I still think the worst one was Justice League. The theatrical cut of Justice League, I really could not stand. I think it's just boring, and the worst thing a movie can be is boring in my opinion. But Black Adam and Shazam 2 are definitely down there. They are certainly movies. Oh, new skin. I remember what you were saying, Angel, about Spider-Man 6 and how you'd be old when it comes out. Aquaman 1 being the best is a take I used to hold up until Birds of Prey and The Suicide Squad released. I love those two movies so much, but Aquaman is very close to getting up there. Aquaman is a fever dream. It is such a strange movie, and I mean that in the most endearing way possible. They just go to the center of the earth at one point, casually. Dude, I can't stop laughing at the hierarchy of the DC... The hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change. The Black Adam experience in Roblox. My favorite one is The Rock on the Black Adam set, where he says it's time for India versus Pakistan. Like, what? What does this have to do with Black Adam, man? Oh my god. Bizarre. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a nuisance. I'm saying this as someone who's sat through all of his wrestling matches and everything. He's just... Ugh. I wish he was better at what he did. The hierarchy of the power of the DC universe is about to change. Okay, man. I like the first Shazam. Say what you will about Zachary Levi, and there's a lot I could say, but it was fun. I like the first Shazam movie a lot. It was the shot in the arm the DCEU needed at that time, as they had this bright, optimistic, and hopeful character to counteract the darker tone they were going with characters like Batman and Superman. And I think that movie is genuinely really good. And that's all the nice things I have to say about the Shazam franchise and Zachary Levi. What do you mean The Rock wanted to be put on a cross for Black Adam? There's... What? Excuse me? Hold on. The Rock, cross, Black... I'm Googling this right now. I don't see anything, but I'm just gonna believe you, because it's The Rock. When I first saw Zachary Levi, I thought it was Jimmy Fallon. That's an insult to both of them somehow. Solo is my tribal chief. Of course you show up right when I'm talking about The Rock and wrestling. Oh, you're joking. That's good to know, Caleb, that The Rock didn't actually want to be put on a cross. He does love peeing in bottles, though. So, Cody or Roman is an interesting question. I think I'm going to go with Roman overall. I think Cody's the better wrestler, but I think Roman... I've enjoyed more for their entire career, if that makes sense. Like, I have more with the Shield days and all the emotional stuff he's done with the Tribal Chief. I think I'm going to acknowledge Roman here. But I think right now I'm currently enjoying Cody more because Roman's face turn hasn't been developed as much as I'd like. There's some wrestling lore. I'm sorry for everybody. I keep outing myself as a wrestling fan out of nowhere. Would I... Oh, hold on, I gotta go back to that. Oh, I just meant that when they make Spider-Man 6, it'll be 90 movies in that project? That's crazy! But also really, really cool. Would I ever be interested in a Storm solo movie? Absolutely. Storm is a character who was completely butchered by those Fox films. I cannot believe that they did her so dirty when she's one of the most interesting characters the X-Men have. I would love to see what they do with her, whether it be set in, like, Wakanda and they do Black Panther stuff, or if it's just her on her own. 100%. Give me a Storm movie. I remember this interview where Rock was talking about which K-pop star could beat Black Adam, and it's so funny. That Black Adam marketing tour was a nightmare fever dream. Oh my god. I can't believe he was actually saying that. I like Birds of Prey too, as you should. I think it's the most underrated movie of all time. Maybe not of all time, but like I really like it a lot. The Rock is the most egotistical... Oh, and of course the first Wonder Woman. The first Wonder Woman is such a special movie, and I think if it wasn't good, the DCU would have died then and there. So I'm very glad that it was that good, because it kind of let people know that DC could make good movies again. But back to that. The Rock is the most egotistical man I've ever seen. The man literally lies about eating food for the first time. I don't understand how his brain works. Like, that lack of hair must have really gone to his head, because he is so insecure and always needs to be constantly praised. I used to love The Rock as an actor because I was a kid, and then I grew up and watched him, and it was like, oh, he plays the same character. He's so egotistical. He doesn't ever want to lose a fight. With Rock joining Disney, who do you think a good Marvel character would be for him to play? I wish I could say no one, but I will pick someone. I know a lot of people have said Apocalypse. I don't like that at all. I feel like that just feels wrong. I feel like he's not a team player, so I don't know if I really want him. I don't know if I want the hierarchy of power
team to win this one
in the MCU to change, you know what I mean? We already got him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but like maybe the Absorbing Man would be interesting.
Freedom's an idea that will never die.
Black Adam versus Peacemaker. Peacemaker solos. Peacemaker goated. John Cena goated. Which film had worse marketing, Black Adam or Morbius? I think Morbius did, because at least people knew about Black Adam, even if we were making fun of it. Morbius just kind of came and went, with no pomp and circumstance, besides people making fun of it. Like, the Morbius hype all came out of the Morbillion meme. Anything else besides that was Sony failing to market a bad movie.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Yeah, The Rock and Vin Diesel have atrocious egos. Yeah, like The Rock, he used to make good movies, like, because he used to take risks. Get Smart is at least him doing a different tone that isn't family-friendly rock. There's one Michael Bay movie he did that was pretty interesting. Even the Tooth Fairy embarrasses him. He doesn't do that anymore. He has to play Army Man. It's so boring.
This place sure makes me miss the good old US.
Morbius kills the MCU. Please no. Don't scare me like that. And don't say Rock is Magneto. That would haunt my nightmares. The Rock is Magneto and RDJ is Doctor Doom. I might kill myself. I'm saying I'm gonna kill myself too many times this stream. That's my bad, guys. That's right, I forgot about the Morbius VTuber interview. Oh my god, that was insane. Why did they do that? Who thought that was a good idea? Morbius VTuber. They did. They re-released Morbius because people thought they thought it'd be so popular because the memes that they'd make more money the second time, and then even less people went to go and see it. I love that we gaslit an entire studio into thinking that their movie would be successful. Yes, that's the other thing about Black Adam that made that movie not work for me, is that his whole thing is, like, Hawkman and the JSA don't kill, and Black Adam comes in and his big shock is, oh, but I kill. And it's like, no dude, Batman kills in this universe. You're not special. It's such a disconnect.
This is real.
El Muerto is a movie I haven't thought about in so long. Oh my god. They should make it just because I think it'd be funny. Why did I just fall down? Superman killed more people than Black Adam. Superman did like 15 9/11s in Metropolis. That man has killed so many people. Black Adam, what, he killed a few bad people? He only kills bad people is the thing. It's so boring.
I never miss.
Let me help. You needed some help, didn't you?
Market,
Now, my friend.
I still can't believe Jared Leto had a script for Morbius too. I forgot about that video he posted.
I'm going after them.
Who would be in your ideal New Avengers lineup? That's a great question. I definitely didn't finish writing a script for that the other day. That won't be one of the next videos coming out. I'll leave it at that. You'll learn in like a month. In less than a month even, who I would like on my New Avengers. I have a very specific lineup I picked up. I forgot they were talking about Hypno Hustler. Oh my god, they were just doing anything. That's not a competent film studio, man. Like, they just throw things at the wall and nothing sticks.
I'll be shipshape in no time.
I love laughably terrible movies. I want to see how bad El Muerto would have been. As long as I'm not paying for it, I also do love a laughably bad movie. El Muerto would have been hilarious to watch. Like at home with a few friends just making fun of it ruthlessly. Except for the Spider-Verse. Yeah, Spider-Verse is a different division. Sony Pictures Animation is different from the theatrical cut. It's still like Amy Pascal is still making decisions for it, but it's a different creative team entirely, and because of that you can really see the disparagement in quality. Bruce Banner, I don't care if you have your trademark Gamma Gun, I'm gonna kill you. I'm still waiting on that Inhumans movie. I know Kevin Feige wanted to end it all having to announce Inhumans on the stage when he hates... Kevin Feige's the biggest Inhuman haters on the planet. That man changed Ms. Marvel's origin just so we wouldn't have to acknowledge them. That movie traumatized him. I respect it, because, I mean, the show's bad. Dagger, please. Please, please, please.
Us against the world.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry. I remember seeing this like 20 minutes ago. But somebody said $40 million for a Clayface movie. Is that enough? I think so. Because I think they're gonna treat him more as like a monster in the shadows, and you only see him in like the last act of the movie. But you can do a lot with a little bit. And I feel like mud physics are easy to do. So it's not like the worst news. I feel like it'd be better if we heard it, but if we heard it had more. But I'm fine with having 40 million. And it'll be nice to see a big budget, or a big superhero movies having less big budgets, because they don't need them. Alright, Namor, come on, man. Bozo, sorry about that. I don't care if we were on the Invaders together. Did you see what Amy Pascal recently said about Spider-Man 4? If you're talking about her saying that they need to honor the ending of No Way Home, then yes, I did see that. And I loved it. It really makes me feel like they, despite all the multiverse stuff, they're still going to do that arc justice, which is all I care about. I'll sit through 10-player kill streak, let's go, man. I'll sit through however many multiverse movies I have to, as long as the stories are good. I want the street-level Spider-Man, but it seems like they're at least going to do the premise justice, so I don't know. It's hard to, like, be fully content with it, but I'm doing my best to stay hopeful and delusional. Get out of there. Oh, God.
Rise, my friends.
Please, 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 die, die, die. Okay, yeah, good. I think it would have been better if they made Falcon and Winter Soldier into a film. Yes, I love Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I think that show, it could have worked really well as like a 2-hour, 40-minute movie, and Sam would have already been Captain America. It's a good way for audiences to see him again. We might not have gotten the same depth with his character, though, is the thing I'm concerned about. Like, I feel like they would have cut the whole boat building arc, which is a good metaphor for Sam and how he sees the identity of Captain America. So it's hard to say, but I do wish we did have another Captain America movie, for my own selfish desires, and also because I think it would do a lot for the MCU to have Captain America as a focal point of it. With James Gunn saying that the Batman 2 does not have a final draft, or a first draft even, do you think it will be delayed? I think it will be, not because Matt Reeves is slow, because Matt Reeves has said that in an interview a while back, Matt Reeves says his writing process is that he writes one script and then he just kind of polishes up, and DC has not really like asked for a script from me yet, so I think that if it doesn't get done within the next few months, it will get delayed. My big concern is that Clayface movie is dropping within a month of the Batman Part 2. So, I don't know, that release date makes me feel like they are anticipating having to completely... I'm sorry, I'm getting very distracted by this game. That release date... I just saw the wand ult, holy crap. That release date makes me think it's gonna get delayed. And I think it's the smart move, as much as it'll hurt me. Let's go. I got an achievement for that. It's Captain America lands 3 KOs. Let's go. I'm missing so much stuff in the chat. I think we're saying I do think a Secret Empire movie would be interesting, especially during the multiverse saga. Like, this is your time to do it. Instead of that weird cosmic cube origin, just have a variant of Steve show up and try and take back the shield, and Sam has to be like, no man, I'm Captain America now. Let's see. Remember when there were plans for a Silver and Black movie after Venom? We've been hearing about that Black Cat Silver Sable movie for what feels like a decade. I can't believe they said, yeah, that's a really good idea, and wanted to make it. Nothing against those two characters. I think you could tell an interesting story between them, but, like, that should not be your priority. And yes, Buggy, I agree. John Walker's arc in that show is so well done because of so many quiet little moments you get with him, and I think that in a movie we might miss out on some of that nuance, and he'd just be more of an angry, evil Captain America. What are your thoughts on the Kid Avengers, especially the part where people are saying Hawkeye's apprentice should be the leader? I bring this up as I feel that Spider-Man should be the leader. I made a video on the Young Avengers a few months ago. I really liked that video. You should go watch it. But I'm a big Kate Bishop fan. I think that she should be the leader because she is in the comics. And Spider-Man, I think, should stay away from any team for the time being. Because Spider-Man, his whole arc is about how he's alone now. And I think throwing him into a team this early would be a really bad idea. If Batman 2 is in 2027 and Dynamic Duo is in 2028, does that mean DCU Batman won't be until 2029? Yeah, I don't think we're seeing that Batman until 2028 at the absolute earliest, but I think 2029 is realistic, which is crazy. Like, I get not wanting to do a lot of Batman stuff right away, but I don't know, Brave and the Bold is a movie that's such a weird position right now. Secret Invasion should have been a saga. Like, that should have been a phase. It should have been the Secret Invasion phase. You should have had a Nick Fury show that builds it up. And then you have post-credit scenes where characters get replaced as Skrulls. And then you have one big reveal of someone who's been a Skrull the whole time. And then you do a big Avengers movie where they team up to fight the Skrulls. It's such an easy slam dunk, and we got whatever the hell the Secret Invasion show is anyways. God, that show disappointed me. The Aunt May movie in the Sony leaks was so ridiculous, but exactly what I'd expect Sony to do. Because they're so bad at this. I don't like Sony, man. I don't know how they do this. Completely off-topic question, but what is your favorite chip flavor? Ooh. This might be a hot take, but I'm a really big salt and vinegar enjoyer. I love me a good kettle-cooked salt and vinegar. I know it's like acid. Ooh. Ooh, but I love it. Where's my Uncle Ben movie? Don't give them ideas. They'll make an Uncle Ben movie. I'm shocked that the Madam Web didn't spin off into an Uncle Ben movie. Yes, Secret Invasion should have been a phase akin to how Civil War was in Phase 3, where it is this big event that kind of shapes the entire saga, or shapes the entire phase as we know it. Like, Civil War had such a big impact on the upcoming Avengers films, and I think that if you had Secret Invasion as this big event that then impacts an Avengers movie down the line, it would have been so much better than trying to force it into 6 episodes. Barely 6 episodes at that. If Sony sold the Spider-Man rights after The Amazing Spider-Man 2, what would you have done with Spider-Man in the MCU? That's a really interesting question. If they sold the rights, Marvel would have full control, which means they wouldn't have to have a mandated MCU character in the film, which means there's no Iron Man, there's no Nick Fury, there's no Doctor Strange that they have, so they have free reign. They can bring in any villain they want. They can do whatever they want without Sony wanting anything. So I think we'd be looking at a very different Spider-Man nowadays. I think that Tony Stark wouldn't have been his mentor. I think that... Hold on, this is how I would have done it, not what I actually think would have happened. I think that if it was me, I would have done... I would have had it so you do Homecoming, you still do the Vulture as the villain, you have Iron Man... You don't have Iron Man in the movie. I'm going to officially say that. I like their dynamic. I think it's really interesting, but I don't think it's necessary, and I would have been interested to see how they adapt him in the MCU without a big figure like Iron Man watching over him. And I know you can't do, like, Captain America at that point because he's on the run, but I feel like Captain America and Spider-Man have a much more compelling dynamic in the comics and animated shows like stuff. Peter should have switched sides like in the comics, yeah. It's weird that he was on Iron Man's side when he would have had to unmask. And I feel like that... I love Civil War. I think it's one of the best comic book movies ever. But putting Spider-Man on Team Iron Man and not dealing with the repercussions of that feels weird. But if I had the Spider-Man rights, I would have probably done a lot of Spider-Man and Daredevil stuff right off the bat because I have no self-control. But I would have done probably Scorpion. I would have done by now. Mysterio, I still would have done. He's my favorite villain of all time, so obviously he gets included. Who else? Who else would I have liked to see? I probably wouldn't have done Ned the way they did, but they kind of just made him ganky. Because maybe we could get like a Hobgoblin in the future at one point, and that would have been really interesting. They go right to Hobgoblin. A gritty rated R Mr. Ditkovich thriller movie. Now we're talking. He's gonna get that rent, and he's gonna make sure it stays with him. Yes, Chameleon is a good shout. I wanted to say people like Kraven too. I feel like if you put Kraven and Chameleon in a movie together, you can have some really interesting dynamics considering that they're brothers, and also with Peter trying to fight someone who's constantly changing his appearance while Kraven is hunting him. That'd be like a really fun push and pull between two villains. But I love that idea to include Chameleon. And we could just keep pretending he never made it into the Kraven movie. Oh, I just saw this now. Who would be your ideal casting for Black Cat? I'm gonna be boring. I know everybody says it, but like Sydney Sweeney Black Cat would have hit. I also like the idea of what's her name? This is gonna bother me. Hold on, I'm googling this immediately. I really like the idea of someone like Madeline Klein. I think she would have been really good as a Black Cat. I'm trying to think of anybody else I can think of. I don't know, I feel like that's everyone I can think of. I have to do more research into it, but I mean, Sydney Sweeney and... Don't say I'm thirsty. I'm just... It's obvious, it's popular for a reason. Okay? I did put myself into a corner with that one. That's true. They did have a guy called Dimitri in Far From Home, but they never like went out of the way to make him act like the Chameleon. So I feel like that was potentially setting something up for the future if they ever wanted to come back to it. But you could say that Dimitri was Chameleon. I just don't think they were ever going that way. Did you know that Ryan Coogler wanted Kraven and Black Panther? Yeah, it's a really interesting idea. Don't say the... Whoa! Whoa! Why are you calling me out? You're both calling... I'm getting called out here. Alright, Art Boy, Jim. Ask me what the reasons are for the Sydney Sweeney casting. She's a very talented actress, unironically. She's really good in Euphoria. She was in this thriller movie I saw a while ago that she's really good in. And I feel like she'd have a fun, flirty energy. Don't say... I'm gonna have to delete this stream. I'm getting cooked. Don't stop calling me Shamik Moore just now. Double down. Unless you're saying in real life Shamik Moore doubled down, because that'd be crazy. Hold on. I have to Google this now. I couldn't find anything. What's that happening? Oh yeah, Kraven and Black Panther would have been wild. I think he wanted to use him instead of Killmonger, which I don't really understand, but like, I'm willing to hear him out. Kraven hunting down Black Panther instead of Spider-Man, or maybe he hunts down Black Panther on his way to get Spider-Man, would have been crazy. And Ryan Coogler is one of the best visionary directors we have going today, and I would have loved to see what he does. Yes, Sydney Sweeney... Madam Web is a bad movie, but Sydney Sweeney is clearly giving it her all and would have made for a really good, like, Spider-Woman. And they completely bury her in that film. And that's why I also want to see her as Black Cat, because I feel like that would be an interesting idea. Even if you're able to call me out and call me Shamik Moore. I've ruined my reputation now. There's like 16 people in here. None of you are going to be able to look at me any differently. Oh, God. What does this button do? Sydney Sweeney is Power Girl? Okay, I see your intentions. I know what you are. What does this button do? I'm going to press a button. What does this do? Start Q&A. What am I doing? I just broke the stream. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh no. I lost the chat. Alright, ignore that. Ignore that, everybody. I don't know. I need to stop. Yes, confirm. Okay. Alright, we've been streaming for about 2 hours. That was my goal tonight, so we'll probably start winding it down within the next few minutes. I've kind of stopped playing the game anyways, so any final questions you want to get out, hit me with them. I'd love to hear anything. Art Boy, I see you're a man of culture as well. Asking, would I rather have unlimited bacon, but no more games? Or games? Unlimited games, but no games. And I think it's a great question to ask, because on one hand, I have unlimited bacon, but no games. But on the other, I've got unlimited games, but also no games at the same time. It's really a toss-up. I feel like you can go back either way. For me, I'm going to go with unlimited bacon, but no more games. Madam Webb, from Angel. Madam Webb, mark my words, would win the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Picture. I can also see it winning an award for all of Sony's movies as a whole. Yeah. Madam Webb would have done a sweep at the awards ceremony. Oh, God. It is bad. Need a big wheel race movie? Now we're talking. That's what we love to see. Give us a Fast and Furious style movie with Big Wheel in the lead. I wrote an essay about the question in my AP language class and got 100. What? Oh, I was doing school wrong. You can write about shit posts. Oh, hello, Carlos. Don't worry, I'll still stream for a little bit. You can ask any questions you want. Just saw the I'm gonna try again. YouTube is so weird with notifications that they give it to you 2 hours later. But I did see the Agatha Season 2 update earlier today. Apparently it's in consideration right now. They're probably trying to crack a story, which I love. I hope they do crack one, because I think there's a lot of potential for an Agatha Season 2. I'm stumbling over my words now. CDX Rolex, you and me too. I am dying for Daredevil versus Stiltman movie. Or movie. Yeah, actually, no, make it a movie. But Daredevil versus Stiltman, I will always campaign for. I think Stiltman is such a goofy character, and I want to see him fight Daredevil so bad. Even if it's like in a montage in Born Again, just that fact that I've been able to see that would be so satisfying to me. Do you think any characters will die in Superman 2025? Ooh. Good question. That's hard to say, because I feel like it's a new start of something. I don't know if we know if either of his parents are alive, but I feel like one of the Kents might eat it if they're in the movie. Let me look up the cast list. Superman 2025 cast list, because I feel like most of them are heavy hitters, unless they kill off Guy Gardner maybe, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to kill off Hal in the Lanterns show, so they really shouldn't kill off Guy also. Definitely not the engineer, because they're doing the Authority. So I feel like they want her to be... They're introducing her in this movie, and I think that they want to build her up for the Authority film. Jonathan Kent is in this movie. Okay, I think Jonathan Kent's dying then. 100%. Yeah. My theory is that some Authority members will die. I could see it. I feel like they might introduce one member of, like, one version of the Authority team before they introduce a second one after that, which is like the proper team for the movie. Did you see the AI photo of David Clark yesterday? That pissed me off so much. I can't believe that people are being so foolish to AI and seeing something that's so obviously fake and hating on it because they just want any reason they can to hate on this film, despite it being, like, we've not seen anything from it yet, and they're still trying to hate on it. I don't understand it. Artboy says, I feel like it's too obvious to kill off Hal. I feel like he'd retire, or maybe I'm on copium. I'm coping, too, that they're not going to kill off Hal Jordan in the first appearance, but, like, I'm pretty sure sources were reporting that his contract is only for one appearance, and...
Anybody can shoot a gun. A bow. Now, that's a skill.
I don't know. I just feel like a grizzled Hal. You're introducing John. I feel like they're gonna have Hal be the villain of this series.
You're too loud.
And then he dies, and they do the parallax stuff. Android or PC? I would say PC. I don't have anything Android. I kind of want to watch Daredevil also fight Mr. Fear or Masked Marauder just because Mr. Fear was supposed to be a villain in a second Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck. That's an interesting idea. I would love that too. I feel like Daredevil... The Daredevil series didn't really give us many exciting villains because we got more emotional stakes. And I feel like I would love to see some more over-the-top villains for Daredevil to fight.
Double KO! That's 3!
3 straight!
Do you think Ultraman will end up being Bizarro? 100%. I would be shocked if he wasn't Bizarro. Or at the very least, a post-credit scene sets him up to be Bizarro. But I feel like it's a no-brainer to have him be Bizarro at one point in the universe. I'm concerned, how are they going to go 4 to 5 years of cinematic universe without Batman in it? It's weird, right? Like, he's such a cultural, like, touch point in the DC universe. He's a cornerstone of it. And to not have him at all, I feel like it'll be both refreshing, but also bold to not introduce him at all. I feel like they have to do something. Maybe he'll be in Dynamic Duo movie, but that's all I can really see. I know this is off topic, but did anyone see the appearance of Billy and Tommy in the recent Avengers Academy? Seems like they're using Tommy's connection with time. I did not. I'm very out of the loop then.
When you never miss.
That's really interesting. I guess I gotta go read Avengers Academy. Especially because if they're giving Tommy a bigger role, he's always been, like, neglected when it comes to Marvel Comics. Sad there won't be Damian and John Kent friendship. Yeah, that's true. I feel like that's a really fun dynamic, and maybe they can do it down the line, but it feels like a young Superman with an old Batman. It's just not meant to be.
I never miss.
Oh, hello, Josh. Everyone's joining now. I appreciate you joining now. I was gonna wrap it up soon, but I feel like I should stay because everybody's joining and seeing the stream now. I really want to see Kitty Pryde be Tom Holland's new girlfriend in the MCU. I'd be down for that. It'd be fresh. It'd be an interesting idea to have, especially with the Mutant Saga starting up and Spider-Man maybe not wanting to, like, marry people who don't know the superhero identity. I butchered that because I was distracted. Hold on, let me lock in. I feel like it's definitely an interesting idea because for where Peter's at now, he's not going to want to trust humans and civilians with his identity. So if you make him fall in love with someone who's a hero and has that same struggle as him, I think it'd be really interesting. Oh, somebody asked this earlier. I completely missed it. It might have been you, Fru, but have you watched CW Flash? I completely missed that and meant to answer it earlier. I've watched the first 6, and I watched the first like 5.5 seasons, and I fell off of it, and I never got back on for the finale, which I kind of regret. But I like the show overall. I think it's very messy, but it's endearing. The CW entirely is. But I think The Flash is probably the most consistent in the entire universe. I don't know. Josh says, I don't know. I'm someone that wishes the Batman was connected with Superman. They fit so well side by side. Yeah. At first I was really against it. But I've grown to want that so bad because it feels like David's Superman and Pattinson's Batman tonally are so opposite that it feels right to have them together. And I would love to see them interact. And even their costumes, with them both having the collars, I don't know, just like aesthetically, they could not be more different with slight similarities that I would love to see them interacting. They feel like they're from the same universe. Yeah, let's hope that they don't do Kitty Pryde being racist, which is crazy. Did you know that Kitty Pryde has canonically said the N-word more times than Luke Cage in Marvel Comics? Like, just let that fact sink in for you right now. It's Kitty Pryde. I don't know what they're cooking. The first 3 seasons are 10 out of 10 for me. That's valid. I think the first 2 seasons are great. I think the 3rd season, Savitar kind of fell off a little bit for me, but I think it was still pretty good. Yes, I agree, Josh. Tonally, they're opposite, but that makes the universe feel more unique. Every superhero has their own corner. It's so much more inspired that way when you have more distinct differences, and it doesn't feel like it's all in the same universe. Like Gotham City being so different from Metropolis, and this Batman being so obsessed with vengeance, then now hope, versus a Superman who's in this beautiful retro-futuristic aesthetic. Like, oh god, I just want to see them meet so bad. Who's your fan cast for DCU Batman? Oh god. I'm terrible with fan casting. I don't know if I have one, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I've seen names thrown around, but I can never decide on who I want it to be. Because I see someone throw out a name, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would work. Let me look up some ideas. DCU Batman fan casting. I don't want anyone like Jensen Ackles. He's really good, but it's... I don't know, I'm not feeling it. I know the guy from Reacher I've seen a lot. I think he'd be interesting, but not my first choice. I don't know. Oliver Jackson Cohen is someone I've seen thrown around a lot. I'd be fine with that. I gotta think on that. Wally West or Barry Allen is the main Flash. I want it to be Wally as the main Flash with Barry as a mentor. I think that after the Flash movie and a Flash show, both featuring Barry Allen, it's time to get Wally done right, because the CW Flash didn't get to use him as much as they would have liked to, with him leaving the show and all that. Yes, like, oh my god, Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor with Colin Farrell's Penguin. I just feel like they'd vibe together, and I would love to see those kind of interactions. Will Avengers Secret Wars have a 3-hour runtime like Endgame? I think it will. I'd be shocked if that movie wasn't 2 parts, honestly. But I think it's going to be long. We're going to be in there for a while. People also throw around Brandon Sklenar. I butchered that. Brandon Sklenar. Brandon Sklenar for DCU, and I do not get it. Let me look this guy up. One look and I don't see it. I've only seen him in one thing, being Emily the Criminal. I don't even remember what he did, so I'm gonna say no. My DCU Batman... My DCU Batman fan cast is Robert Pattinson says Solo is my tribal chief. And you know what? I can acknowledge that. I got my ones in the air for Robert Pattinson Batman in the DCU. They should make a movie called The Batman with him, I think. Throw up the woods. Oh, I just opened Twitter to see something that says Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse news is dropping tomorrow. So, that's something to talk about. That's exciting. Oh, I love that. I wonder what we're gonna get. Maybe a release date? Maybe a casting announcement? Just kind of anything would be really interesting to see, because this movie we've been so in the dark about. It's going to be a delay. That movie's not going to come out till 2026 at the earliest. I think we get a 2026... I don't think we get a release date. I think we have to get some news to give people hope about the movie. I think they're going to probably announce some casting. And maybe a year, but I don't know if we're going to get a release date, but I think it's getting delayed for sure. You think 2028? I mean, that's probably the most realistic answer, considering the fact that they took 5 years to make the previous one. I rewatched Across the Spider-Verse again, and it's so good. That ending, I rewatched that ending maybe once a week. The score gets my adrenaline pumping so hard. It hits like crack every time. I love that movie. It is so perfect. What are you most excited to see in the next Beyond the Spider-Verse? Ooh, I hope that we get to see... Because here's the thing. The first movie was self-contained in one universe. And then the second movie was in like 3 or 4 universes. I feel like I want to see them travel throughout a bunch of different timelines and just explore different art styles. Bring in as many variants as you can that would be thematically relevant. Challenge the idea of canon events. Don't make that an actual thing. Have Miles like reveal that Miguel had the idea all wrong. Hope the animator is not overworked. Yeah, me too. Me too. I would like it if they could see their families for once. I just want Jeff Davis to live. They need to let Mr. Jefferson Davis live. Like, I would be so bummed if that man had to die. Yeah, exactly. If his dad dies, it would feel so wrong because it would completely make his entire arc for this franchise completely irrelevant. Just don't, like... It'd also be a great subversion because we know part of his arc is his dad dying. It happens in every version. So I think that if you adapt that and you let him, like... You made it the Prowler in this universe. Stick with that. Let the Prowler be his, like, canon event if we're gonna keep that thing... Like, we're gonna keep that term alive. And really explore what it's like for him to not have to experience that thing of losing a parent, you know? What's my favorite score? Great question. It is probably Loki Season 2. I love Natalie Holt's soundtrack. It is breathtaking. It blows me away every single time. I also love the Social Network score a lot. I listen to that when I'm writing most of the time. Across the Spider-Verse is fantastic with how much variety there is in that one motif. It's literally like three notes, and they milk it in the best possible ways. Peter B dying could happen. I feel like it's likely, but I don't want it to. it also negate his arc with like raising Mayday and getting getting back together with MJ. I'm gonna say he's not gonna die. I think there'll be a scary moment, but I think that they're gonna save him. I don't know how they're gonna defeat the Spot. That's true. They made the Spot so overpowered, and he's already out there on a rampage, so I'm very interested to see what they do to stop him. Because, like, a Spider-Man can't do that on his own, you know what I mean? Imagine the movie ends with Miles and Gwen about to kiss, only for the movie to cut to black and A. Get ready for another cliffhanger as we go for another part in this trilogy, make it a quadrilogy now. Mario music goes hard, yeah. I listen to the Coconut Mall soundtrack, the Coconut Mall theme a lot. I'm not gonna actually sing. What am I doing? Yes, I saw Miguel was building the white and red suit in the background. And I think that he should get a redemption arc and wear that by the end of the movie. I think that'd be gorgeous. And if we can find a way to get Donald Glover's Prowler, I'd be so happy. Whether it be in the MCU or just like in the Spider-Verse movies, we need him. They set him up so long ago. We actually have to see where this went. And when you're talking about Silk, Josh, I agree. I think it's really interesting how Across the Spider-Verse didn't really touch too much on variants, like Spider-Man characters who are Spider-Man but weren't bit by the spider in the same way Peter was. Like, they're not Peter Parker variants, they're their own characters, you know what I mean? And I think introducing characters like Silk, maybe highlight Ben Reilly more in this next movie, Jessica Drew. There's something interesting thematically you could play around with there. Thoughts on these Spider-Man PlayStation games? I love them. I adore them with my whole heart. The first game is Spider-Man, the 2018 game, is my favorite video game of all time. I've played that more than anything else ever. It is fantastic. It makes me cry every time. The gameplay is incredible. The second game is a very, very close second, though, for me, because like the gameplay is even better there. And I know they rushed the Venom arc a little bit, because there's rumors about how Sony pushed them to meet a deadline. There's so much cut content. But like, I still had a blast playing it. I adored it so much. Those games are incredible. I will go insane waiting for this third one. Imagine Spider-Punk ripping it on guitar with massive speakers helping defeat Spot. I would be here for it. Absolutely. But what I do think, maybe they're going to have to defeat Spot by using the cartoon mallet Spider-Ham gave Miles in that first movie. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be a great payoff to that bit. I thought they'd do the totems and the prophecy. So did I. I'm kind of glad they haven't, because that gets really messy. But it's an interesting idea. I'm glad they didn't do it, though. I'm disappointed there's no Spider-Man 2 DLC. That makes two of us. I thought it'd be a lock, especially after it got leaked during those big hacks that, what's his face? Insomniac got. I'm shocked that they didn't go through with it. I don't know why. I would love to know what went wrong behind the scenes with that game, because I would have loved to see as much DLC as they could have given. Have I ever played Pokemon? Yes. I've played not all of the generations, but I've played most of them. I'm a big Pokemon fan. My favorite Pokemon is Torterra. He's the GOAT. Don't say that the third Spider-Man game is going to end with Peter dying. Alright, do not speak it out into the universe. Do not ever, ever say that again. I can't have him die, even though he probably will. But I don't want it to happen. The Lego world in Across the Spider-Verse is amazing. I love that they asked a kid to do it. I don't want to get into like child labor laws, but like that kid is talented, and it's there's so much character in it. And how Miguel says that he's one of their best. Oh my god, it's such a good sequence. I love that little guy. Thank you, Gloomy. I really appreciate that. All the work I put into the videos. I try my best. I'm just a guy with a Xbox headset that I use to record videos on a computer that's held together by glue and a dream to try and make this video. So I'm just doing what I can out there. I really do appreciate that. The kind words go a long way in helping me want to do this more. I'm so mad they canceled that online Spider-Verse game. I'm so mad. That is a license to print money. I don't understand why they didn't go forward with it, unless it just was getting too challenging, but like, come on. The best Pokemon stories are found in the Pokemon Adventure / Special. Alright, good to know. I'm not that, like, hardcore of a Pokemon fan, so I couldn't even tell you what I think the best Pokemon story is, but I'll have to look more into the Pokemon Adventure / Pokemon Special thing. If they want to avoid the online model, I get it. I would assume Sony wanted to make money, so they said, hey, can you make an online Spider-Man game? And they said, we'll give it a shot. And it just probably wasn't working. But also, I'll be the first person to talk trash about the online model, but then again, I will be there day one playing an online Spider-Man game. I have no shame in that. Have you seen Transformers 1 yet? Yes, I have seen Transformers 1. I loved it. It made me love Transformers again. I used to not hate Transformers. I used to be so indifferent to them after the Bay movies just killed all my passion for the franchise. And yet here we are. Transformers 1 needs a sequel because it was really good. Favorite Christmas movie? Ooh, good question. I've been watching a lot of Christmas movies in my free time lately. In the last week, I watched It's a Wonderful Life and Jingle All the Way. I wouldn't say they're my favorites, though. I mean, if I could do a cop-out, I would say it's like Iron Man 3. Not really. What's a good Christmas movie? Oh, let me pull up my Letterboxd. I mean, Home Alone is great. I'm gonna go Home Alone. I love Home Alone. A classic. Klaus, I've heard is really good. That's the Kurt Russell Santa Claus movie, right? Where it's like animated Santa Claus. I've had that on my list for a while. I will watch that tomorrow, and I will let you know what I think about it. If the Penguin gets a second season, what would you want to see? I want him to run for mayor. So do I. I want him to run for mayor, and I want the villain of it to be the Black Mask. I think I would love to see, like, that dynamic of another serious crime lord coming into the Penguin's turf and actually giving him a run for his money. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I definitely agree. Did you watch the Guardians Holiday Special this year? Not yet. I usually watch it on the anniversary, but I was busy this year, so I'm just going to watch it on Christmas Eve. But I do watch it every year. Wait, I know the common rival question is who you want to add into the game. Here's a follow-up. What skins would you like to see in the game? Okay. Let's see. I mean, I want Daredevil in the game. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. I would love to see how Daredevil plays. What skins do I want in the game? I want Moon Knight's MCU skin. I want his Ghost Ripper armor in the comics. Look that up if you haven't seen it before. It's gorgeous. I definitely want Captain America MCU skins. I'm really mad we don't have any yet. I would love the Winter Soldier suit and maybe even his army suit. I think that'd look good. Other skins. Let's see who's in them. I mean, I could give you a skin for basically everyone in the game. Like Black Panther, give us a skin with a cape, is all I ask. We need more Black Panthers with capes. Black Widow, we already have the White Widow skin I wanted, so I'm happy there. We got Hulk. Captain America I went over. Doctor Strange, I would love his... Oh, I didn't even know this was in the game. That's sick. I would love the Defender Strange look. I think that's a fun outfit for him. We already got... I need Hawkeye's, like, t-shirt look. I want him just in a t-shirt. Like, this is a little over-designed for me. I get it's the aesthetic of the game, but I just want him in the classic t-shirt and jeans that he has in the Matt Fraction run most of the time. Hela, give her the MCU skin if they can. Iron Fist? Ooh. If they do, like, an Echo Fighter, maybe, like, a Danny Rand one, but I don't know. Iron Man, I would like to see... the Iron Man 2, I don't know, it wasn't officially the Silver Centurion, but it's basically the MCU's version. I would love that suitcase suit. I'd like to see Jeff the Landshark dead. Loki already has the Loki Season 2 one, so that's the one I would want. I don't know anything about Luna. Magic has pretty good ones. Magneto has good ones. Mantis has their good ones. I told you the Moon Knight one. Namor has his Wakanda Forever. Penny could be Spider-Verse if they can get that to work with the model. Psylocke has good ones. Rocket is good. Scarlet Witch is good. Maybe her WandaVision suit with the sleeveless look instead of the sleeved. Give her the hood also. I could list like 80 different Spider-Man suits, but I want the No Way Home final swing suit more than anything. Star-Lord has good ones. I really want this suit. Storm has her classic outfits, so that's good. Ooh, Punisher. Now Punisher's got some good suits. I didn't even know they had this in the game. Thor, I would love his Love and Thunder look, but the one with the fur coat. I think that'd be clean. You know, throw in Movie Venom. I don't care if he doesn't have the logo. Just put Movie Venom in there. That'd be cool. Winter Soldier, I would love his Infinity War look with the golden arm. That's cool. And Wolverine, just like a classic comics look. Alright, I've been neglecting the chat for too long. Fru, is this your first YouTube channel? I mean, you have maintained great quality since your first video. The logo is great. Great thumbnails. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Actually, okay, technically it's not my first YouTube channel because I made a channel for a school project and I made like 4 videos on it. And that was what made me want to make this channel in the first place, knowing that I can do this with low tech, I don't need this big setup. But like this is the first time I've ever made an actual proper attempt at a YouTube channel. I made this logo and thumbnail. I made the logo in class for a class project. I did a lot of this in school. But I've always had that on standby. And the thumbnail idea was just something I think that looks cool and was easy to make. But I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thoughts on the Mark 85, purely based on design. It's honestly my favorite design for my favorite hero. I think the Mark 85 is my favorite MCU Iron Man skin. I love that they went with the classic colorway. Like with the more... Or not, sorry, not the Mark 85. Or yes, I'm losing my mind. I was Googling a picture of it to talk about it, and I pulled up the wrong one. But yes, it's my favorite MCU Iron Man suit. I love that they went the classic colorway with the gold legs and arms. I think it looks so clean. It's easily his best look in my opinion. Yes, scale suit Captain America's a need. Like, I like Captain America's look in this game, but he could definitely use some scales on this. There's so much potential for him, and I don't like that his skins are one red, white, and blue skin so far. Ronin Hawkeye is a need. They kind of have a Ronin Hawkeye skin already with... Did I pass him? There he is. Like, this is kind of a Ronin Hawkeye skin to an extent, but I want a proper Ronin Hawkeye. Did you watch that clip of the YouTuber getting folded immediately after seeing Psylocke? Yes. It's the most relatable thing I've ever seen, and I absolutely adore it. It's the realest thing ever. After Secret Wars, if more Deadpool and movies are made, who would you want to have him team up with the new Wolverine, if there is one? Constantly comparing him to Hugh would be funny. That's true. I would like to see Deadpool and Wolverine. Just call it like Deadpool and Wolverine again or something like that. But I think that'd be a fun dynamic. I know a lot of people say Deadpool and Spider-Man, but I don't really have an interest in seeing that. I feel like that's not a dynamic I'm the most excited for, which may be a hot take, but I don't know. Who's like a friend of Deadpool? They've already done Deadpool and Cable. Fine. Deadpool and Spider-Man, they do have chemistry together, so I'll say that. I'm sure they can make me excited for them in a movie. Best live-action Batsuit is the BVS suit. I love the Batman's costume, but the BVS suit feels like what Batman would look in live action. He's got this slick armor that's not over-designed. It's smooth. It's very simple. The big Bat logo, it's taking up most of his chest. The only thing I'd change about it is to have longer ears, but I know they're going for the Dark Knight Returns look. So I'll cut him some slack, but if we're going for a mainline Batman costume, I would just add longer ears. Deadpool and Death would be fantastic. I would love to see him fall in love with Death, and anything with more anything that has more Aubrey Plaza in it is a great idea in my books. That's fair. The absolute Wonder Woman design is really good. It's a great reinvention of her character, so I would love to see it in the DCU. No, and yes, Aubrey Plaza and Ryan would have such like great chemistry together. I feel like where Ryan is this overly talkative, quippy character, and Aubrey is this more like not straight, but like this straight woman who is still sassy and witty in her own way. I feel like she gets so sick of him, and she could just kill him, and he'd just come back. Like I don't know, that'd be a fun dynamic. Should do Good, the Bad, and the Ugly comic with Deadpool, Wolverine, and Captain America. That would be fun. I don't know enough about Brandon Sklenner to actually comment on the fan cast. I feel like I have to see more that he's in, then I can comment on it, but I don't know. I just don't really think that I can really say much about that. I just want to see Marina Baccarin finally play Copycat. Yes! Why did they not introduce her as a Copycat variant in The Void? I feel like she would have really rounded out that team. And they've been setting it up for so long, where they teased her getting powers in the first movie, almost a decade ago. It's ridiculous. Deadpool and Hydra Bob is a great idea. That'd be really fun. They already introduced him, but do a proper Hydra Bob. You gotta watch 1923. He showcases what his voice would be like. Alright, let me go put it on my list right now. I will try and watch 1923 before the next stream. 1923. Boom. Okay. Thoughts on Ryan saying Andrew stole the show in No Way Home? I think Andrew is responsible for a lot of iconic moments in No Way Home. I think Tom is still very much so the one stealing the show there, because he really gets to step up into his own and do the best work of his entire career in that movie. So I'm going to give it to Tom. I understand why he said that, but I don't know if I'd say he stole the movie. Yeah, that's the thing. Deadpool and Tom's Spider-Man would not have a great dynamic. Put Deadpool and Andrew's Spider-Man together, though. That would be fun. Maybe Deadpool's traveling the multiverse and ends up with the wrong Spider-Man. I'd be down for that. It would be very funny if they put Fantastic in Deadpool, too. As much as I hate that version of the characters, like, I can't deny it'd be funny. Ooh, Deadpool and Punisher, that's a good idea. Daredevil and Deadpool? Okay, I see the vibes here. I can understand this. Now we're cooking. Alright, you know, it's almost 1 a.m. I just realized that. I've been streaming for a grand total of 2 hours and 43 minutes. Oh my god. Yes, She-Hulk definitely has to defend Deadpool. I would love an episode of She-Hulk Season 2 if they ever make it, where Deadpool's committed a crime and she has to defend him. Easy setup for a banger episode. But I think I'm going to start winding things down if anyone has any final thoughts they want to say, because it's getting very late and I definitely should at least try and sleep. But this is very fun for a second stream. I appreciate everybody coming out here. More viewers than last time, which is nice. I know I kind of stopped playing Marvel Rivals, but it's nice to have an active chat where I can just kind of sit and talk in a free-form way, where there's not like a script in front of me, and I could just like vibe, talk about the news, and talk about a lot of news that I wouldn't otherwise be able to, because I'm not making a video on some of this stuff. When's the next stream? Good idea. Good question. Let me look at my schedule, because I try to plan these out in reasonable amounts of time, but I don't know. Next week is Christmas week, so I might be a little busier. I'll try and do it on that Thursday, the 26th, on like a Boxing Day stream, maybe. So a ways away, but I think I could be able to squeeze one in on that Thursday. So tentatively, for you 13 people here, next stream, Thursday the 26th, we'll try and put some together. Maybe I can actually get good at Marvel Rivals in the meantime. But I'm pretty sure I'll start wrapping things up here. Thank you, everybody, for... I'll do one Thursday. We need to hear every thought you have on the Superman trailer. I'm going to be... I love the enthusiasm there. I'm going to be editing the Superman trailer video on Thursday. So you will get a video on Friday of me, Deadpool, and Jeff the Landshark. Great idea. You'll be one of the only people in your office? Okay, I'll try and keep you company, Josh. I'll be there for Christmas. Take care, Fru. I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad I can be a vibe. But yeah, on Thursday, Superman video is going to be... I'm going to be knee-deep in it. Editing and recording and all that. You'll hear much more focused thoughts from me, not just this rambling stuff I've been doing for the last 3 hours. But yeah, I appreciate everybody sticking here tonight. Hope you all had fun. I had fun. I'm really looking forward to the next one. Oh, last thought. What I said is true. They should credit the Yes. They should credit the creators. 100%. Marvel definitely needs to start doing that in the credits and everything. Don't mention thick of it right now. I will. I will be in it, but thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Fru. Thank you, Parkin. Thank you, Solo. Thank you, Angel. I really appreciate everybody staying out here tonight. I will see you in the next one. Get ready for that Superman video later on in the week. A lot of fun stuff to talk about, but until then, I'll see you soon. Good night, everybody.